I've been blown away by Astrobot.
Astrobot's so lovely. Honestly, it's so lovely.
I've got this brand new shiny console, and there's a game that's free that's installed
Recording
with it.
in progress.
Shall I look at it? And I gave it a look, and I'm like, oh, well, this is just too much fun.
Yeah,
it's beautiful, isn't it? It's gorgeous.
Honestly, I mean, you're right, man.
Yeah, I'm all right. How you guys doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Well, we won't rehash the discussion we had before we came on, because we were talking about how 2026 is treating us, and it,
right.
So, but
in line with the rest of the world, not so great. Yeah,
not the best.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I tell you what,
we've moved on to video games now.
Right.
So.
Well, I was going to say, let's cheer ourselves up. Never mind talking about the horrible state of 2026. Let's reconvene the chapel. Let's call chapel, and let's talk about the cheery wonderfulness of season 5 of Sons of fucking Anarchy.
Let's cheer ourselves up, right?
Okay, let's start here. Is this actually the most 2026 season of television that's ever existed?
It could, It could be.
I get the feeling that I'm going to be an outlier in this conversation tonight.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah.
Say more.
It's good.
In what way?
It's good. It's not great.
Really? Oh, I love this season. I've got to say, I do love this season.
I mean, and it's, and I'm saying that in the context of the 7 seasons. It's,
sure.
Yeah.
But it's a high bar to clear to be great.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I do love it, and I do think it's a turning point. I think more than any other season, it's more than season 4. It's the downward spiral starts to really hit.
Definitely, for all of them, right? I mean, it feels like a conscious decision, doesn't it? Like all of every character, it's like they sat around a boardroom and like around a table and went, okay, how can we just royally screw over every character in this show? How can we make it as dark and as grim and depressing as possible for all of them?
But then, I don't know. I'm all right. I'm maybe I'm bringing this up far too early into this conversation. One of the things that I really took away from rewatching this time is that for me, the conclusion of the season doesn't have the punch that other seasons had.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That the kind of the big ending of the season is just sort of a little bit, Tara's going to prison. Well, okay.
Yes,
she's one of the least interesting characters to begin with. I'm not that fussed.
Yeah.
Well, also, I think it, unlike a lot of the others, it doesn't have. I mean, seasons 3 and 4 in their own way have dramatically satisfying endings. Season 5 is a cliffhanger, actually.
Definitely. And you can tell that at this point they know that they're getting more seasons coming, right? And it's all building up, isn't it? This is almost like the prelude to the final act, yeah?
Yeah, it feels that way for me. It feels like seasons 5 and 6 are like really 5A and 5B almost.
Yeah, I can see that.
And of course, I mean,
maybe I've become inured to it, and I mean, watching the daughter of a main character get burned to death in front of him.
I was gonna say,
you know what?
Yeah, I mean,
let's talk about that.
Yeah, because like the atrocity in this season, and I feel like we say this every time we do reconvene, but we do, don't we? Yeah, the atrocity in this season is ramped up like significantly, significantly.
So that particular scene, and I think I've mentioned this in earlier shows, but that was my first time through Sons of Anarchy. I stopped watching the show for, funny enough, about as long as we've taken between seasons to record this, because I couldn't handle it. I could not handle what happened in that episode. Episode 1 of season 5 put me off the show, not because it was badly done, but just because the weight of it, the emotional weight of it was so much that I was just like, I need to take a break from this show. And I ended up taking a good 12 to 18 month break before I reconvened and watched it again.
Yeah,
and I was able to see the rest of the show out. And it's still, I mean, ironically, because we've rescheduled this a couple of times, I've now seen season 5 more than any other season of Sons of Anarchy, because I watched it in prep. And I've had to relive that episode, which I still think has got the biggest gut. I still think season 5 episode 1 is the biggest single gut punch that the show delivers. That scene, I think, is. I don't think there's a higher, higher, lower, whatever you want to metric you want to use for it.
Yeah.
And so thanks, guys.
I'll come back to that.
It's one of those rare instances where someone who is like completely innocent.
That's the thing.
And it's not just it's not even like, in the context of this show, it's not like a normal death. That she's not just shot or executed. She's burned to death. It's horrific. I mean, there are a couple of instances throughout where there's a scene later on with Otto, the character that the show just absolutely loves to torment.
Played, let's not forget, by the writer, so he writes himself this stuff. I mean,
I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because like Otto in this season, I mean, he's been relatively sympathetic up to this point. You don't really see what a brutal, monstrous character he is until this season, and there's that awful scene where he murders the nurse. That is fucking. I watched that this afternoon, and rough. It is rough. It's the context as well. It's the fact that Tara's in the room with him, and he's doing it in this really calculated way. It's not even like an act of animal brutality or insanity. He's doing it for a reason, to have an effect. And the fact that the character is capable of that, it's like, wow. It's something you and I talked about, Kit, when we did Exquisite Corpse. Writing a character that is sympathetic and still engaging, still has like humanity in him, but is also a brutal monster. It's a very difficult thing to do.
If we're going to talk about Otto, then let's talk about Otto, because as you say, he has always been a sympathetic character up until this point. Within the context of the show. Now, we're talking about a show whose cast is populated by drug and gun runners and murder. Okay, so within context, Otto is the sympathetic one. He's always in prison. We never see him out of prison. He's always been in there since the moment we met him.
And he's always being victimized, right?
He's always been victimized. He's being physically chipped away at.
Right.
He's literally losing bits of his body.
Yeah.
And he has always been kind of the elder statesman who you kind of get the impression that the rest of the charter are doing what they're doing because Otto's in prison and letting them, because he's taken a hit for everybody.
That's the feeling, isn't it?
And so he is kind of this sympathetic character until we get to here. And this really only hit me when I watched this season most recently over the weekend again. Otto's fucking terrifying.
Yes.
In this season, his scenes are some of the best things about this season, because every time he is on screen, you genuinely do not know what's about to happen.
Yeah, no, he's unhinged. Yeah, absolutely.
The murder of Torik's sister is one thing, and that's horrible, and I grant you that. But fuck me, the man slams his own chin into a desk to sever his tongue so that he can't be forced to talk. Or not even so he can't be forced to talk, but to make a physical, visual presentation of fuck you, I have nothing to say on this matter.
Wow.
He is wrong. He is a wrong man.
Yeah.
Because there's pleading the fifth, right? There's pleading the fifth, and then there's biting your own tongue off and throwing it so hard at the glass that it sticks to it.
Tears down the glass. It's it's glorious, that scene.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, and it's the ultimate expression of not just fuck you, but also who cares, right? Fuck me, I'm done. I don't have anything to lose. I am in the last circle of hell here.
And I think that's what makes the switch for Otto in this season, because, as I say, he's been somewhat sympathetic in the run up to this, and he's sympathetic at the beginning of this season. When we first see him in season 5, Torik's visiting him, Torik's getting his guys to come in and rape him every night. And you're like, fucking hell, just let the man die.
Yeah, just let him die, right?
He wants to die, and I want him to die at this point, because I can't watch him be abused any longer.
Right.
By the end of the, or not by the end of the season, but by the point where he actually does die, I let the man die, because I don't think I can sit through watching him any longer.
Right.
Agreed.
Because he scares me.
And it's that thing about what you said earlier about him literally physically losing parts of himself. And of course, as you know, at the end of season 5, he self-mutilates, right? He removes his own tongue. And like you say, you think like he's entering the final circle of hell, but he's not. He's still alive, and he's got season 6 to go through, and things will get worse. I mean, I think one of the themes of Sons of Anarchy is like there is no ground floor in hell, right?
Yes,
I mean, it's just it
There's
can always get worse. Yeah,
and it's true for all of the characters too, right?
Yes.
It's true for everyone.
I'm sorry, I've jumped ahead a little bit there. I apologise because I have seen the first few episodes of 6 again, so my apology. No spoilers for anybody listening. Otto's fine. He makes it to the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
He goes to a nice farm where he can chase rabbits all day.
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly it.
He goes to live on a farm, Gemma.
He does have some of the best...
Sorry, I just throw that in because I didn't know this previously. I didn't know that Kurt Sutter and Katie Segal were married until today.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And apparently neither did you. Okay. Yes, that's the point. Yeah.
Not
crazy.
Wow. And he does have some like really great scenes in this season as well. I always love that scene where Tara brings the perfume.
Oh, that's fantastic!
Isn't that
right? That I think is the key scene for me. That is the scene where I moved from this is a poor man who's again in context, but he has my sympathy to. And I know what's coming in that scene. I've seen this show so many times now. I know exactly. And yet he's like, put it on your wrist. No, okay, bring it a little closer. And there's still a part of me that thinks he's going to bite her wrist out.
Yep.
Which obviously Tara's also thinking at that point.
Sure.
Of course.
It's I think in that scene that he flips, and I think, of course he's capable of doing this. I mean, I don't know the specifics of why he's in prison. I don't think we ever find out, do we? But he could definitely do it, and he definitely would do it. If he thought there was an end game to it.
Yeah.
But that was seen also as the moment where he finally psychologically... And I think that scene is what gives him courage is not the word, but that scene is what gives him the resolve to murder the nurse and then later bite his own tongue off, because that's actually the moment when he breaks, when he just says, I just want to feel a woman's hand on me. And she's just resting her hand on his head. Yeah. And then he just loses it, right? Like he starts touching himself, but then he just bursts into tears. Like he can't... That's the moment he breaks. That's the moment something fundamental in Otto is just gone, right? Like that's it. It's just... And it's... I mean, this show does that a lot, and this season does that a lot. A lot of the characters either reach or start approaching their psychological breaking points, right? Yeah. You see it, I think, with... a few of the characters. We'll go through it later, but like that's Otto for me. That's the moment when he fractures completely.
Yes. I think that's the bottom, isn't it? That's where he realizes that everything is done. There's nothing left. There is nothing. There's only these echoes, right?
Yeah,
and that's it.
Because I think one of the themes of season 5 is that. Because I think the other character that hits that is Gemma. I think when she has the car accident and the kids, and then she lies about it. That whole kind of, and it's interesting because Gemma's always been she's always been a character that drinks and smokes weed, but it's always been it's always been in the background, and then suddenly it becomes something that maybe is a problem in season 5, like she's getting blackout drunk.
Yes, it is interesting, isn't it? It seems to be a theme in season 5. All of the characters hit these like nadir points, and it's exploring how they react to them. So Clay does too. Clay hits a nadir point in this series, and the way he responds to it is with this weary cynicism. He gives up, but in a different way. He doesn't give up in the way that Otto gives up. He doesn't give up in the way that Gemma gives up. He just surrenders to his own meanness and cruelty and self-interest, and that's it. He resigns himself to who he is.
I mean, that's interesting because I think Clay's nadir point actually comes at the very end. I think Clay's nadir point, and by the way, I mean, Ron Perlman.
Yeah,
let's just take a moment, right? Because the look in Perlman's eyes as Clay when Gemma says, he went out for a few hours with his gun.
Yeah. And
that is, holy Christ. I mean, just because that's, for me, that's the moment that Clay breaks, because that's the moment it's like, oh shit, it wasn't real. She played me. She was playing me the whole time. Because because he knows, right? Like he's enough of that kind of an animal to run the entire season's worth of events through his head and go like, no, she never came back. She never really came back. Yeah. Oh my God. I mean that. Wow. Oh. And I hate Clay. Clay's an awful human being.
Clay is like so elementally hateful, isn't he? He's
Right.
so elementally hateful. He manifests all of the real sinfulness of this show's metaphysics. He's like the devil, isn't he? In this
kind of,
show, he's kind of like the devil, you know.
And yet, in that moment, I couldn't help but feel for him a little bit. It was like, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, absolutely, a little bit. And everything he does, the big stuff that he does in this season, all of the manipulations behind the scenes and trying to undermine Jax and whatnot, it is all motivated by that loss, isn't it? That he's lost control, that he's lost power over everyone, because that's how he sees the world, yeah?
Yeah.
Just to go back to Gemma for a second, I think it's quite interesting that the way that Gemma deals with hitting rock bottom is to be honest, which is not the thing for her.
Yeah.
There's just one moment where she said, and I don't know the exact line, but it's basically along the lines of, "I'm nothing without those boys."
Yeah.
And that's I think just pure honesty from Gemma. It is literally, if I don't have my family, I don't exist.
Yeah. That's in the context.
In that moment, the family is those two kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in the context, by the way, of her own son basically asking her, like, pimping her out to her abusive ex-husband in order to gain an inside track. I mean, that like talking of downward spirals and native. I mean, that's another interesting thing for me. This is the season. Rewatch season 5 a lot now. I think this is also the season where Jax's true colours start to reveal.
Totally, yeah. I was rewatching the series this afternoon, and definitely. The death of Opie obviously does contribute to that, but it's, again, there is this thing in this season in particular where it's like the mask's coming off. It's where all of the bullshit starts to peel away. Yeah. And Jax is a nasty piece of work, but behind all of the, that beautiful angelic facade and the pretensions of honor and all that bullshit, he's a nasty piece of work. And he doesn't have any choice in the matter because he is the product of, he's Gemma's kid, partially raised by Clay. I mean, what else was he ever going to be?
Gemma and Clay's son, and we don't know what JT was like. I mean, all we know of JT is what we're fed through the document that he was writing.
Yeah.
Who knows what JT was like? He was Clay's best friend. Is it a threat to say that it's not that different from Clay?
Right. Yeah. And founded, not that I want to keep going on about this, but also founded a racially exclusive motorbike club, right?
That's yes.
It's like a really interesting theme of the show overall, isn't it? Because when you hear John Teller's wisdom in the earlier seasons, that's what you think it is. The show kind of markets it that way. And then it breaks down. You start to see the reality. One of the clever things the show actually does is it causes you to draw back from the fiction in a way. And you start seeing what, these little boys playing in their club, which is essentially a cult, right? It may as well be a cult. And all of the pretensions of authority that they have, the way they defer to one another. The only real authority in that club is violence. There is nothing else, There is absolutely nothing else. It's whoever is the most powerful. That's it.
Exactly
you bow to them. It comes off as like kind of pathetic in a way. All of them do. And that's very deliberate, I find.
And to build on what you're saying, George, as well, I think it's very telling that season 5, the season where Jax finally reveals himself, I think, in the depth of his character, is also the season where Jax himself starts journaling. Like, he falls into his father's footsteps. And I think that's meant to be giving us a clue about who JT really was compared to the myth, right? Because actually, a lot of Jax's murmurings, they're not that dissimilar from the kind of stuff we got from JT in the first season.
No, they're really not. This season, what I wanted to do, I wanted to reach through the screen and say, step out of your fucking father's shadow, mate. Stop being a little boy, okay? And do something real. I don't know at this point. I don't know after the death of Opie whether there is a chance for Jax at all. I mean, he talks about wanting to get out and he has loads of chances and he doesn't take it, right? He just can't do it. He's incredibly smart. Jax is incredibly intelligent in a very technical way. He can get things done. But it's intelligence that operates within very strict and narrow parameters. And it's the parameters defined by the shadow of the greedy old men that he claims to hate.
Exactly that. Yeah.
You know,
and it's it is foreshadowing. I think am I right in remembering it's the end of season 4 that closes with Jax at the head of the table?
Yes. That amazing image.
That photo of JT.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, it's foreshadowed straight away. Going into this season that's where they're heading with it.
Yeah.
And he really does. He does double down on it. And you're absolutely right, George. He's constantly saying, well, my end game is getting out of this. I want to get the club out of drugs. I want to get the club out of guns. I want to get my family out of charming. Well, then do that.
Yeah.
You're the president of the MC now.
Right.
You're the chair. And yes, it's not going to be easy because you've got the IRA working against you. You've got a cartel working against you. You've got the goddamn CIA working against you.
Right.
Not to mention the other clubs.
Right. But the small matter, by the way, the small matter of Pope, who we haven't even talked about yet.
Well, see, now I was saving Damon because I was thinking, right, I thought we're going to have a little moment at some point where we're going to talk about the new additions to this season.
Right.
Damon Pope then, but we can have that conversation now.
I mean, I feel like we should, just because he's so important to the season, and also
he's one of those interesting characters who looms, isn't it? Even when he's not in it much. He doesn't physically appear very much, but everything
he's in 2/3 of the season. That's it.
Right. But everything that happens has his shadow over it.
But then I think because he comes in such a strong way, because he comes in by burning Dawn to death.
Yeah.
I say, is it Dawn or is it Fawn? It's Dawn, isn't it?
It's Dawn, yeah. It's Dawn that gets burned, yeah.
He comes in strong like that, and he's like, well, this is what happens. You killed my daughter. Look at this.
Yeah.
Now I own you.
Yeah.
And not just you, I own your club now. That's it. That's how that works. And then doubles down on that bit by being the driving force behind Opie's death.
Yeah.
And that's it. You don't get worse than that within the club. Even going back to Stahl and what's your man's name? Adam Arkin's character, I can't remember the name.
God, yeah, from Yonks back.
Even they didn't have that kind of overreach of I own you and I own everything to do with you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the moment where they meet in the prison governor's office, right? That's just absolutely terrifying. Because it's like, if he's got that kind of reach and that kind of power,
Fantastic choice of actor as well, by the way, to play.
Oh, God, he's amazing.
Because they could have easily taken it too far with him. He's got such the presence of the guy and the myth of the guy that they build up is so big. If they'd chosen a more intimidating actor, it wouldn't have worked. It would have been too much, right?
No, you're absolutely right. He is, and you put him next to August. He is a little guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the physical stature to
friendly
be in
as
that
well,
position.
right? He's softly spoken. He's reasonable when he speaks. He never shouts. Damon.
I love
the only
that.
time he shouts is like later seasons when things.
I love that. I love that scene at the end of a montage where he's handing out ice cream to the kids.
Yeah, right.
It's so great.
He does. He plays it so very well. Now, the only time the actor's name escapes me, which is upsetting. Harold Perrineau. There you go. It's come back to me. I've only ever seen him. No, that's not true. I'm sure I've seen him in lots of things. I only remember him from two things. He's in Total Recall.
Yep.
Okay.
But he's Michael from Lost.
Okay.
The Matrix. He's in the Matrix.
Is he in the
sequels.
Matrix?
Yeah.
Matrix sequels, they don't count. But to me, he's Michael from Lost.
Yes, of course.
And that is a completely different performance, and that is a much more shrill and theatrical performance a lot of the time. So to see him in this, and he is so drawn back, so reserved in his characterization, it works beautifully for that character.
It really does, because it just demonstrates the level of control, doesn't it? I mean, that's what he's all
He
about.
doesn't need to. He doesn't need to shout.
Right.
Doesn't need to shout. He doesn't need to shoot. He doesn't need to be big. Nope. He's just there, and you're fucked.
And it's so interesting because he also, I mean, there is the way he interacts with Jax. I mean, initially there is obviously a lot of tension there, and you don't know, even as the audience, you don't know what the agendas are going to be and how it's going to play out. But it does seem as though he is legitimately interested and invested in Jax as a person.
Yeah, it does come across that way. Whether it's I did get the impression that he is interested in Jax and seeing Jax flourish. Now, whether that's because he's genuinely interested or whether he thinks the more he flourishes, the more I'll flourish because he's a pocket somewhat. And I can get my end out of this and what have you. I don't know. I suppose the other thing about Pope is, aside from so he kills Dawn, he orchestrates the killing of Opie, but then for the rest of his time on the show, what's also hanging over everybody is at some point I'm going to kill Tig.
Yeah.
You owe me Tig, and that will come to a head at some point. So even when he's not around, even when he's not first-hand involved in the death of somebody, there's always that threat that at some point that bill comes due.
Yeah, absolutely. And it hangs over the whole season, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does. And in a meta way, it's really interesting as well, because the show can't really allow that. Tig's too important a character, and he's too popular, right? He brings something so essential to the show.
I mean, I would have said, I think probably the first time I watched this show, when I'm speculating now, but I don't remember per se, but I imagine that watching this season of this show for the first time, I felt that way at the beginning. I'm like, well, no, because it's Tig. Because look, he's one of the key characters. He's not going to get taken out of the show, so they're going to get around Pope one way or another. And then somebody takes an iron bar to the back of the skull.
Right.
Yeah. And I think, well, do you know what? Actually, if you can write him off,
all bets are off.
Yeah.
You can write anybody off. Well, almost anybody off.
Anybody, yeah.
And I think it's fair to say, I mean, Tig's probably a more interesting character than OP.
Yeah.
But they're roughly on a par of that kind of
in terms of
first tier supporting.
Yeah.
Up to that point. They're not Clay, they're not Jax, they're not Gemma. But they're first tier supporting.
Yeah, am I right in saying that was meant to happen? That was originally meant to happen in season 1. He was meant to be killed in season 1, wasn't he, OP?
OP, yeah.
Yes.
Thank God for the decision to keep him on, right? Because it has so much more weight now.
But then equally later on, he was not meant to die at all. Like once he'd gotten past that, there was. So I heard this on the podcast that. I can't remember the actor's name, but the actor who plays Tig and the actor who played Juice, they do a Sons of Anarchy. So they said
Thea
that,
Rossi and
thank you, Thea Rossi and Mr. Handsome.
Tom Coates.
I don't know, Mr. Handsome. Let's just call him that.
Yeah.
Like so, basically, at one point Sutter had told one of them that the final shot of the final episode of season 7 of Sons of Anarchy was going to be OP shooting Jax in the head.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was going to be the way the whole show ended. And it was going to be some kind of brothers betrayal, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But this is a really interesting example of where, because I think the shape of season 5 doesn't make any sense without the death of Opie. I can't imagine what it looked like. Yeah. But it was casting driven. The actor went on to do something else, so they had to write him out of Sons. So he wasn't meant. Yeah, Opie wasn't meant to die in season 5 in the original Sutter kind of Bible version of Sons of Anarchy. Yeah,
but fascinating to see.
Right.
I don't know how it works without.
Well,
I can see the end. I can't see the shape of this season. I think you're right. I don't know how this season would have played out. I can see the end, and I think that would have made an ending. Again, it's pure speculation because I'm not Kurt Sutter.
Sure.
Mercifully, because I wouldn't want to fucking look at that in a minute.
You know what I mean? Oh my God.
But I could see that being quite an interesting dynamic to the show, to have Jax ascend, have Opie as his right hand, left hand at the table, and for Jax to slowly become Clay.
Yeah.
Only for the show to end with Opie taking Clay's role.
Actually,
the pseudo JT.
Do you know that would have really worked as well? Because like the whole show is really Shakespearean, right? I mean, it's Hamlet on motorcycles with bits of Macbeth, and that would have been Julius Caesar, right?
Yeah, and I think that would have been quite interesting. I'm not saying it would have been better, but it's an interesting concept. It's an interesting thing to imagine.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, Hamlet in a motorcycle club. If Hamlet's mum was Lady Macbeth, right? But yeah. And also, if Hamlet was also Romeo in a Romeo and Juliet story, it's kind of all of them. But yeah, absolutely.
And then plonked on motorcycles with guns.
Yeah, exactly. And then they just sell guns and drugs. But yeah, I think it is interesting to think about that. But like as I say, like season 5 for me, like I vividly remember the first time watching it, just being like, it felt like an impossible situation. Like the setup in the prison just felt impossible because it's like they've got to get out of this because none of those guys can die. Opie can't die, but Chibs can't die.
Chibs can't die.
But Jax can't die, but Tig can't die. Like it really was smart, and it was a great, and it does like it delivers between the death of Dawn and that. Like you are left in no doubt as to the awesome power of Pope, right? That's what it really sells.
Exactly. The pairing of those two really make him the big bad that we've been told he is.
Although, and I do want to float this one by you guys. In terms of his own internal morality and in terms of like the naked morality of the show as a whole, and bearing in mind that Tig did actually murder his daughter,
right?
How out of line is Pope compared to the Sons?
Well, compared to the Sons, well, compared to the Sons, they're morally equivalent, aren't they?
I mean, you know what I mean?
This is not a show where there are good and bad guys. It's just bad guys all the way down, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it is. But I think had it been restricted to Opie's death, and I say that with Opie's death for me being more effective than Dawn's death.
Sure.
Had it been restricted purely to Opie's death, it's a nasty way to do it, but it's one for one. Okay, right, this has happened, now this has happened, and we're square.
Yeah.
The way that he killed Dawn.
Yeah.
No,
it is.
Tig didn't go and take his daughter, bring her to him, and then torture her in front of him.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Tig fucked up. Tig didn't try. He wasn't. It was. He wasn't aiming for her.
No.
Right.
He was collateral damage.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it any better, but
it doesn't make it any better. But it does. It does mean that whilst Pope's reaction is understandable, his actions, I think, are partly revenge and partly to make a point.
I mean, Pope's the thing. As you described that, I realised like the thing for me is like Pope is Old Testament morality.
Yeah.
It is not even an eye for an eye. It's like an entire face for an eye, right? Yeah. And it's very much about like, you hurt me, I destroy you.
Yes.
And everything you love and everyone you love. It's very kind of like, it's like the Romans salting the earth, right?
Yes.
It's like...
And it's oddly performative as well, isn't it? The reason he burns Dawn to death is because this is what he has to demonstrate, right?
Yes.
He cannot allow some scratty little biker gang to kill his daughter and then for everyone not to see these are the consequences.
These are the consequences, yeah. Because he is an emperor, because he is the head of an empire. And I tell you what, there's an amazing line and the actor delivers it fantastic. It's in season 2, it's after Opie has died, and Pope says to Jack something like, there it is, that's taking the pain and using it to your advantage. That's right. That's how a player becomes a king, he says.
Yeah.
King,
And Jax, with a classic bit of Jack's psychology and insight, says, I think you'd know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you? And Pope just looks at him and says, you're damn right. And for a moment, the mask slips, that bonhomie, that kind of relaxed chill, and you see something. You see something really scary, and you're like, okay. So someone hurt Pope once, and Pope has decided that the entire world cannot ever hurt him again.
Well, I think part of the thing about Pope is you don't know how he became Pope.
Yeah.
You don't know how he became king. Now, I mean, it's pure speculation, but based on what we see of him, which is not a lot, and based particularly on that moment, I think there probably was an event in his past where somebody hurt him badly somehow, and he scorched the earth.
Yeah.
He took down, I don't know, he started at the bottom and took everybody down until whatever group, organisation, whatever was dead and gone and never coming back. And now I'm Damon Pope.
Yeah, that is definitely the implied subtext of his story. You never get anything overt about him.
No.
But the way he speaks and the fact that he has the connections that he has, he says at one point, I think it's maybe in the same conversation actually, where he says to Jax, because Jax asks him, look, you've got all of these legitimate businesses that make
Why drug dealing? Yeah.
Why drugs and guns and crime and whatnot? And Damon Pope just says, well, this was my first business, and it's the one that's always been the most reliable.
Yeah.
So
I love that line.
First business, that's interesting. So you get the impression he came from very low. I don't get the impression Damon Pope was born to money.
Definitely
or anything
not,
like that.
Absolutely.
He's legitimately kind of clawed his way up by being the worst human being imaginable, by doing what you have to in crime, right? Which is where you're willing to do what the other guy isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love the relationship he has with his right-hand man. And again, you only get a handful of scenes there, but and his right-hand man's a fantastic character in his own right, by the way.
Good.
August,
August, love August.
I mean, the scene where he gives the guy the gun and tells him to shoot Jax, and then just shoots him in the head when it misfires. I mean, not misfires, but it wasn't loaded. But I love that. And I love what it says about that character too, like the lengths he's willing to go to.
Yeah.
The power he wields, and his confidence and his calmness, even when he's pulling like insane shit like that. He's a great character.
The absolute faith that Pope has in him.
Yes.
At one point, Pope, in that same scene, I think it is, Pope just goes, "I'm too close to this," and walks away.
That's right.
And there's no speech. There's nothing. Well, this is what I want you to do. It's just known. Right. I need to distance myself, and I know you're going to handle this.
Yeah. No, it's so good.
Power,
it's so
right?
good.
True power. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about characters that brought themselves up from the bottom and did it the hard way, and let's talk about this as well, because I hadn't even thought of this until we started talking. But so this is the season that introduces Nero.
Nero. Actually, I was really shocked that he was introduced in this season.
Right.
I don't know why, because he is so important.
And he feels like he's always been there 30 seconds after he's on camera, which I think is amazing.
He feels something so essential, doesn't he? So essential in this show. He's a balancing factor. He's a balancing factor for so many characters, right?
Yeah.
He is. I think as you say, he feels like he's always been there immediately.
Yeah.
I think that is in large part down to Jimmy Smits.
100%.
Like 100. I mean, it's in the writing too, but it's so in the performance, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Jimmy Smits in something, Tommy Knockers aside, that I haven't loved.
Right.
Tommy Knockers, the 1980s TV show. It's so.
But he's spectacular, and he's so good as Nero Padilla.
Yeah, he is. He's really
and he's introduced in the best possible way.
Oh my god, yeah.
The season opens and it's just, oh look, back to business as normal.
Brilliant.
Everybody's doing what you expect them to do. Jax is a little bit mopey.
Yeah.
And Tara's looking put upon, and Clay's glowering and wondering how he can screw over the next person. And Gemma's in bed with a pimp. Obviously.
Yes, and
Gemma's on her hands and knees. Jimmy Smits. It's absolutely outrageous, man.
It's so good, isn't it? And it's so good.
That beautiful line, which we spoke about by text a few days ago. That was all you, mummy.
Oh, so good. What did she say? She says, like, what was...
Wow.
Because he says...
She literally just says, wow. It's hilarious.
I love it to bits.
I did that.
You know... And it's like, I like the fact that like this is part of her that she maybe hasn't explored, but kind of is now. She's allowing herself to have this moment. There's a little bit of pride, isn't there?
There is a little bit of pride.
There's a little bit of pride going on when she goes, wow.
It's a kind of nice mix of equal pride and shame, and I think the shame entirely comes from the blackout. Not from anything else, just from not actually remembering it. But oh my god, what an
I think pride, shame, and a little bit disappointment that she doesn't remember.
There you go. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right? Yeah, because she's. I mean, we talk about her every episode, rightly so. Like an incredible performer, just one of the great screen actors of our era, right? And this show
this is difficult material, right?
Yeah,
it's difficult material for the actors to work with because they've got so much going on at once. Every single one of them. I mean, this season in particular. This is the other thing. This season ramps up, which is the agendas within agendas, the wheels within wheels. Everybody's got a fucking angle to play. Everybody. Lying or obscuring, and they've got to show it all, right? They've got to portray it, and often it's not in the script. They've just got to you've got to see it in their faces or something. And she, I mean, wow. It's such a great performance. It is such a great performance. And
her scenes with Nero Smith absolutely burn the screen up because both chemistry, but also both of those characters have these heavy subtexts going on most of the time. You know, I watched it fairly recently, but like the moment where Smith's character's where Nero's just gone and shot a bunch of his old, you know, like gang members because they, you know, he thought they might have kidnapped Jax, and then he just, I mean, he's terrifying in that scene, but when he turns up at Gemma's door, he's absolutely lost his mind. Like, he's terrified. And of course Clay's there and it's all completely fucked up, but like, you know, the moment though he dives to the sink and just starts giving himself water from the sink because he's losing it, but like the two of them in that scene are amazing because so Gemma is Gemma is devastated at what she's seen happen to this guy she realizes she's in love with. She's also terrified because he's there and Clay's there and that just can't happen. She's there with his deep-rooted shame because she's like pimping herself out to Clay because her son said it's the only way she can see her grandkids again. And him, you know, like Nero, he's completely lost in that moment. Like, what the hell is going on?
He doesn't know what's going on. She can't tell him what's going on.
Oh, God, it's so good. It's so good.
Again, it's these performances. It's the eyes, it's the looks, it is so good. And symbolically, that moment is great. That moment is great because he represents kind of like the possibility of redemption for Gemma, as it does for Jax, right? And
that's the thing about Nero,
Yeah, in that moment, he allows himself to be drawn back into the filth and the shit when he kills his own crew, right?
Yeah.
And that's why he's breaking down, because he's not meant to be that. He's not meant to be that anymore.
But he does it out of loyalty to Jax, right? And he does it out of loyalty to the agreement, so he's doing it for the best reason, like honor, right? But that's the thing.
There's a weird symbolic break as well, there, isn't it? He's killing his old life, right? That's the crap hanging on from his old life. It's just happens in a very negative way.
The fascinating thing about Nero is how he serves as almost a positive mirror to the negative image of so many of the other characters. Because I was going to start this by saying, and this hadn't even occurred to me until we started talking, actually Nero is like a positive mirror image version of Pope. He's the same up from the streets, made his money the hard way, blah, 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 but he's done it with honor. He's done it the right way, you know? And he's also a kind of, obviously he's a mirror image, he's held up against Clay because they're both lovers to Gemma, and you see the differences in how they approach that relationship. He's also a mirror darkly or mirror lightly, I guess, image of Jax himself. Because that's explicit in the script where they talk to each other, and it's like, well, you keep saying you want to get out, so do I, and here we are.
That's the perfect confrontation, that is. It's the perfect confrontation, because he calls Jax out.
You know what? It's the perfect Sons of Anarchy confrontation, because he does that, and Gemma's listening to every fucking word through the window. That is what makes it perfect Sons of Anarchy, right? Like, because that's Shakespearean as hell, right? Like, there's someone hiding behind the curtain who can hear everything, and
What interesting you say about.
Sorry,
George, go on.
No, go on.
It's quite interesting you say about him mirroring Pope, because Pope. You get the impression that Pope's never going to be satisfied. He has to keep growing and growing, and he has to take down one empire and another empire and another empire. And Nero at one point specifically says, this is not us, this is not who we are. We run 10 blocks.
Yes.
That's all we do, and that's all we've ever needed.
Yeah. No, that's it. He has the limits of his ambition. But also, like, the other way that he mirrors Clay, obviously there's a relationship with Gemma, but also he mirrors Clay in that he represents, as does Pope, actually. I mean, this is the thing, like, Jax has 3, like, people competing for the role of, like, role model surrogate father in this season. Right? There's Clay, who's the disgraced father figure at this point, but there's also Pope, who's clearly considers himself to be a mentor to Jax from the way they talk to each other. And then there's Nero.
Keeps calling him son, for one.
Right. Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Keeps calling him son, so it's like, And in fact, Jax says to Clay at one point.
It's like, you need to stop calling me that.
He doesn't say it to Nero.
No.
Or to,
who wouldn't want Nero to be their dad?
To Pope.
Yeah, to be fair, to Pope. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't say it to Pope. Which is really interesting, right?
I also love that.
I'm with you, Steve, on that one. No, he's got daddy energy.
The other thing
I'm really sorry, he's got such great daddy energy, does Nero? he's just
the other thing
that
just occurred to me in terms of mirroring between Nero and Pope is we talked about that moment where you just have a little flash of Pope and who he used to be and how he got to where he is, and Nero has that same thing when he goes in and he confronts his guys.
And it's a fucking amazing scene.
glorious scene.
Am I right about this? Yeah, it is glorious.
And
Am I right?
Go on. No, carry on, Kit.
I was going to say, am I right, Steve, that he actually shoots another alumni of the Shield in that scene?
Is it?
I think it is.
Is it? I don't know. I didn't pick up on that at the time.
I think the guy he shoots is the guy who assaulted Asta Vader.
Is he? Interesting.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll be honest with you. Probably. Without looking at it in the slightest. Yeah, probably.
I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Yeah.
We're going to come back to Shield alumni very soon.
Oh God, yes.
But that lovely scene where he shoots his guy, and as he's walking out the door, he turns around and he's like, "You want me back? All right, I'm back."
So fucking good.
And you just get that little moment of this is who Nero was and how he got to where he is now.
And also this incredible reluctance, right? He says, "Okay, I'm back," but you know that he's not, right? He isn't. Right. He's someone different now. Despite what he's just done, he actually is someone different.
Exactly. He is. He doesn't want to be that guy anymore.
Right.
But I think in that scene, you see he could be that guy again.
And
again, he's fighting not to be that guy.
It's really interesting because everything negative that happens to Nero or that Nero does is as a result of his proximity to Gemma and the club. Because everything about those things is toxic, right?
It's the Sons of Anarchy are cursed. Yeah. It's not a motorcycle club, it's a curse.
I mean, you can see it in everyone, right? I mean, Tara in this season as well.
God.
I don't know whether they do something with her makeup but she looks like she's done all the way through the season. She looks like she's washed out, like she's she's surrendered, right? There's nothing there.
But did you notice as well, they started doing her hair so she looks more like Gemma?
Yeah.
There's an amazing moment where they're in the hospital. I think it's quite early on, and Gemma literally lifts Tara's fringe to one side, and it's fucking Gemma. It's brilliant. It's so good. And Gemma actually calls her like My Little Frankenstein or something.
Frankenstein.
So great.
Yeah. I mean, there's that moment when Gemma basically just gulls her into assaulting Nero's half sister. And it's fucking brutal.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's fucking brutal, but it's awful to see because what you're seeing as the audience is the descent of Tara. You're seeing she's done, right? This is not going to come out well for her.
But and also, like, Gemma's influence on Tara is very similar to Clay's influence on Jax. Like, even by this season, Clay, Jax knows what Clay is, knows the depths of his monstrosity, right? He spends most of the season trying to figure out how he can kill him safely.
Get rid of him, yeah.
Right? And Tara knows the same thing about Gemma, and yet she still manages to have that corrupting influence. I mean, I think that's really...
I mean, it's really sad for Tara in many respects. She does know. That's the thing. She knows on some level that everything here is toxic, including Jax, Her whole association here is poisonous. It's killing her. And she does have
including Jax and including herself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I just want to drop that in. That's just a little sizzle, boys and girls out there in Radio Land.
That's true. She has, like Jax, she has the opportunity, even more so, I'd argue, than Jax. She can go.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the pressures acting upon her that Jax does. She could just fuck off across, just disappear, go somewhere, take the kids, and go. And in fact, if there is a moral mark against Tara beyond everything else that she does, it's the fact that she's got children and she doesn't take them away from this. Yeah,
and I think that's again what's interesting about that is, and I don't want to jump ahead too much to the next two seasons, but the fact that Abel's mother comes back into the scene in this season in a really prominent way is really interesting because Wendy is like on paper she's the junkie that nearly killed Jax's kid by giving birth while high, and the kid was all fucked up and what have you. But by this stage, she's clean. She's been clean a long time. She's turned her life around.
Again, you're getting echoes and mirrors again. She becomes closely associated with Nero in later seasons. They often occur together because they are the characters that have changed, that have redeemed themselves. They've left this life aside, right?
That's the key. It's the capacity for change. It's the capacity for change. Because what you're describing with Tara there, the reason she can't get out is because she's trapped by the mentality that says, I have to work this job. I still have to, she's as invested in her identity as a doctor as Jax is in his identity as president of Sons of Anarchy, or just as a son in general, right? And that's because you're right. Like, if you look at it like with totally clear eyes, just fucking take the kids and run. Go. You've got a medical license. You can work anywhere. Like, figure it out later. Just get the fuck out. But she can't do that. There has to be an orderly transition. She has to preserve her employment. She has to blah 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 blah. She's trapped by. I mean, that's almost like the small town mentality, right? Like, she's trapped by her own assumptions and expectations and what have you, and that's what leads her to just try and do it a particular way, which, the curse of charming is, you'll always be one step from the door and you'll never quite fucking get there. Because the ground will just give way under your feet. As it does at the end of season 5. Perfectly for her, right?
But not only that, it will eat its way into you.
Yeah.
And when you in your own mind have exhausted all reasonable attempts to achieve your end, you will go to whatever length you need to.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until this rewatch that I thought, I see that there are seeds being sown for what happens in terms of Tara's character next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
When she goes to Margaret and she's like, I need some confidential blood work doing. I need a pregnancy test. Okay.
Yes.
We'll talk about that another day.
And when Gemma punches her in the stomach and says, "I hope you're not pregnant." Yeah.
Just as an aside, you're absolutely right, Kit. That was the same actor.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Wow.
Yeah. Never noticed that before.
Because that was a scene from The Shield that I remember very vividly as being one where I was like, okay, you just went there. I wasn't expecting that.
That's something, isn't it? Yeah,
that is a thing that happened in that show for sure. We'll get there, George.
We'll save that for Shieldcast.
yeah, we'll get there, George. I look forward to your reaction to that one, actually, George. That will be a thing.
Okay.
All right, can I bring a little bit of lightness into this conversation?
Sure.
Just briefly, whilst we're on the subject of Shield alumni, Venus Van Dam.
Fucking hell, Jesus!
Yep.
What?
The glorious Venus Van Dam.
I mean, is there some unwritten law that Walton Goggins, whenever he's in anything, he just has to steal the whole thing? He just has to dominate.
It is the law, yes.
Yeah, clearly.
So, my understanding is that having cast 2 of the 4 main Shield actors already in this show, Kurt Sutter was reluctant to put Walton Goggins in. because his performance in the Shield was, to Sutter's eyes, so defining.
Yeah.
His reasoning was that people will not be able to look past your character in the Shield.
Sure.
So bringing you into Sons would just be, oh, look, it's that guy from the Shield. And Walton Goggins really, really, really wanted in. He really wanted in.
As you would, right? As you would.
Now, there are...
I'll do anything, Mr. Sutter. Okay.
Well, now, there are conflicting stories as to what happened here from what I can see. all anecdotal, obviously. On the one hand, there are reports that Walton Goggins basically said to Kurt Sutter, make me a transvestite.
Okay.
Wow.
Because that'll be different enough. The other side, and a story that I prefer, is Walton Goggins kept saying please, Kurt Sutter kept saying no, and then eventually Sutter said, the only way you're getting onto this show is if you've got tits and you're in a dress. At which point Walton Goggins went, yeah, no, I'll do that.
All right.
I will do that.
Yeah, fine.
Right, so first and foremost, I love the fact that she is called Venus Van Dam.
Yes, it's a great name.
Now,
Great.
Kit, you will know this definitely. This is a Shield reference.
Oh, okay.
Because his character in the Shield goes by the alias Cletus Van Dam on more than one occasion.
Okay.
Yep.
So I love that.
Yeah.
That's glorious. The character is in, what, 10 minutes at most of the show? If that.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's just...
completely steals it. I mean, like,
it really does. And the whole thing, every line is perfect.
Just brilliant. And also, I mean, it's so interesting. I mean, a character that's introduced ostensibly as a kind of, like, you know, a bit of levity turns out to, becomes really significant, as happens in this show, becomes really powerfully significant, and is also, one of the things I absolutely love, is the fact that the Sons treat her with such odd dignity
and absolute
respect.
Yeah, totally.
It's really wonderful.
She will be coming back. We will see more of it. So I'm delighted to say, and totally. I'm sure we'll talk in more detail about her down the road. But from this one, what I assume was just going to be a one-off.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I assume she was just written in as a one-off character. Here's a little cameo for Walton Goggins. That will shut him the fuck up.
Yeah.
Past it. And I guess they just did it, and I'm assuming that Sutter or somebody else or everybody just looked and went, we got to do that again.
Got to do it again, right?
We need more of this.
But then, she becomes like the redemptive arc for Tig, right?
Yep.
So there's a couple of things here, right? The first one is, one of the things that's interesting about the morality of the Sons of Anarchy, and again, not to keep harping on about it, a motorcycle club that is, amongst other things, at this point, still racially exclusive. Although there is a moment, interestingly, in this season where Jax does say, maybe we should not do that. Yep. So, okay, good. 5 seasons in. How long have you had the gavel? You've just worked that out? Cool. Yeah. But their attitudes towards sex workers is actually pretty much impeccable. They always treat sex workers with respect, with dignity, with the idea that what they do is work and they should be fairly remunerated for it. They don't act like pimps even when they run porn businesses or indeed co-own brothels.
Yep.
If it's possible to do sex work in an ethical way, they do it in an ethical way, right? It's really interesting.
Yeah. That's actually highlighted more in this season, I think, than in most of the others, because they have that scene with... I'm going to say it because that's what they're referred to. The Persians.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Sure. An empire that hasn't been in place for a millennium, but
sure.
And
to be fair, the Mayans haven't been around for a while either.
No,
so
that's
that's actually. Fair point. They have that scene where they go to this, what is an extreme porn movie business. And, it's never definitively stated, but you certainly get the impression that the girls didn't know what they were signing up for.
Yeah.
Lila obviously didn't know what she was signing up for.
No.
Clearly.
No.
The other skank, whose name I can't remember. I don't use that word lightly either, but she really fucking is. The one that bangs Jax at one point.
Yeah.
Constantly trying to bang everybody. Ima. That's her name.
Ima. Yeah.
I think she probably knew. But I don't think she cares. But the girls that were there, the girls that were actually the one that was being actually or pretend raped, and the one in the cage really didn't look like they knew what they'd signed up for going into that game.
Yeah.
And it is a morality issue for the Sons, isn't it? It is. It's so fascinating. It really is. Like the variables and the vicissitudes of their morality, the way it's kind of all over the place,
right? Because again, they're racially exclusive. They're also gender exclusive. There are no women in the Sons of Anarchy. You cannot join the motorcycle club if you are a woman. Women are old ladies, and old ladies have
a place.
Yep. And yet
somehow, but actually mainly they don't structure whatsoever. And then they've got the Crow Eaters, who are basically groupies, as far as I can make out, right?
Yep.
And yet, when it comes to sex workers, better morality than maybe even like the average person in the street. And it's just, that's interesting. And this scene with Venus Van Dam really highlights that because of the way they all react to her.
They all react to her with, there's almost like this awe going on.
Yeah.
They are incredibly respectful of her. Tig's reaction is amazing.
Well, I was going to say that. I think that's the thing. I think Tig's reaction is the reason that we see more of Venus. Yeah. Because I think Kurt Sutter must have rewatched that sequence, and those two, the chemistry is insane.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
From the first moment Tig sets eyes on her, he loses his mind. He completely loses his mind. It is beautiful.
It's so, and I love the fact that he doesn't care either. Like he is not in any way ashamed of it.
No.
When they they
even when Juice sort of tries to shame him, said, "Really?" He's just like, "Yeah."
And what is it Venus says to him when after taking the photograph, she says something like jealous, and he says, "Yeah, kinda."
Yeah. I love the fact that I'd only seen this time. She calls him Tiger. Like he's Tig, short for Tigger, Tiger. And it's not going to happen, Tiger. I think that's like the first thing she says to him. It's not going to happen, Tiger. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so great.
And of course, we're leaping forward massively, but that relationship will actually be really interesting later on.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Really
but also the interaction with the teenage or maybe like early 20s kid who walks in, right? That's like wild. That whole sequence is like, what are you doing right now?
Crazy, isn't it? And a little, rare levity in this.
Yes.
In this season in particular, rare levity.
Yeah, that we desperately needed. Yeah. So I had an interesting thesis statement about the themes of this season, having rewatched it now far too many times. Thanks again, guys. I think the central theme of season 5 in particular, Sons of Anarchy, is actually betrayal. Because I think that this is the season where almost everybody ends up committing an act of betrayal.
Yeah.
Almost all the main characters. Yeah. So I think, Tig's betrayals are,
hard to quantify.
Tig is forced to betray his relationship with Clay because Jax saves his life and says, but the price of that is you do whatever the fuck I tell you at the table. From now on, you never ever vote against me again.
It's a weird kind of betrayal of the club as well, isn't it? Because that's like contrary to the politics of the club, right?
Yeah.
You are not meant to coerce members into voting any particular way.
Jax betrays Gemma by making his mother, like pimping his own mum out. That's an absolute betrayal of the father, of the mother-son relationship. Yep. Gemma then betrays Clay in the most brutal. Again, no fan of Clay, but that is as brutal as it gets, right? In terms of the impact. The fact that Clay is now going to go to jail and almost certainly be murdered before he even gets. Is the least of the pain in his eyes.
She also
when
kind
he sees
betrays Jax and Tara as well. When she drives with kids when she's high, it's like you can see it coming, can't you? And you're sort of like, Gemma, come on. Come on,
And she betrays Nero. She betrays Nero by this point she's in a relationship with Nero. Whether either of them are admitting it, she is.
Yeah.
She betrays Nero by going back to Clay, but she also betrays Nero by banging that guy out of Community.
Yes! We haven't talked about that either. That's fucking weird. That was a weird moment.
It's a strange aside, isn't it? Where,
it is.
Yeah.
And the fact that, but what I love about that is, again, it's the character note actually for Nero that I love about that, where they find the guy, they hunt him down, they get the money back, and he says, the guy says, so we're even, and Nero says, nope. And then I think it's the last scene of the penultimate scene of that episode. The guy's chatted up some other woman in a bar and he's walking back to the hotel room and Nero just steps out of the shadows and is like, you need to go home now. And then beats the fuck out of him.
It's an interesting thing with Nero as well. He isn't angry that Gemma has slept with another guy.
No.
He doesn't really care about that. I don't think that's part of Nero's makeup, to be perfectly honest.
It's not jealousy that he's acting out of there, is it?
He's not angry with her, he's angry for her.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
That's it. It's because of the shame that's been brought on her, right? By this. She's been taken in by this con artist, yeah?
Exactly.
At a weak moment. The only reason she sleeps with him is because she's in a weak moment, right?
What a character.
Nero even says it, doesn't he, to Jax? He says, look, go easy on her, right?
Yeah.
This is not an easy time for her.
And that's Nero. This is a thing, Nero is a complicated guy, right? Because the other thing is we haven't really talked about, his relationship with his half-sister, right? Yeah. Which is clearly platonic on his side and clearly not on hers, right?
On hers, right. It's weird, isn't it?
And the way that plays out, and man. And again, Smith just every time he says a line, he says at least half a dozen more lines with his face or his eyes. You know what I mean? It's such, and you really, I mean, I love it because it's like he's a great TV actor. Like he was great in LA Law, he was great in the final season of The West Wing. Like I've never seen him.
Oh yeah.
Like I've never seen him be bad. Even he's been in bad shows, but I've never seen him.
Tommy Knockers.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Oh, honestly, Kit, go and watch it. It's so bad it's good, you know.
Honestly, Kit, don't go and watch it. It's not.
It's so bad it's bad.
It's really bad, yeah, but it's funny. It's funny.
It's already one of the less good books, right? So why really?
You know.
Isn't it one of those ones that King kind of disowns? Isn't it one where he says, "Oh, I was coked off my ass when I wrote it, so I don't remember."
Look, we're not doing that podcast, but here's the thing about the Tommyknockers. Here's my quick capture thing about the Tommyknockers. The Tommyknockers made me rereading it recently. It made me realise how high Stephen King had also been when he wrote it. The difference is when he wrote it, for some reason, every single time he swung for the fences, he hit, and he hit a home run. And I don't know how, but he did. The Tommyknockers is the same guy, and he's missing instead of hitting. Yeah. He's swinging just as hard, and every now and then he does hit. There are bits in the Tommyknockers, moments, chapters where you're like, holy fucking mother of God, that was amazing. But it's a fucking mess. It is because the drugs just... I'm sorry, kids, to tell you all this. The drugs just stop working at a certain point. That's the problem. They work for a while, and then they stop. You can't always tell when you're really fucking high.
Massive spoilers, guys, but it's the ending to the Tommyknockers that always gets me. It's like what's actually happening in the town. It's like, really?
You know what?
I think there's a lot of problems.
I've read the book once, I've seen the miniseries once, and I have so successfully blocked it from my mind.
Yeah,
that I have no idea what you're referring to.
It's kind of, it's like it's Dean Koontz level, you know. It's like, wow, is that bad? The explanation for what's going on is like, okay.
I mean, I don't mind the ending, and I kind of like what he was swinging for, but anyway. We're not here to talk about that.
Right.
Yeah.
But to go back to Smith. Yeah, go on. Go, Steve,
on point very briefly with one of a recurrence of a semi-regular feature. Steve does SOA trivia. Wanda de Jesus, I assume, or Wanda de Jesus, whatever, that plays Carla. Jimmy Smith's wife.
Wow.
Suddenly subtext gets really...
Right.
Okay.
Wow. That's incredible.
Whoa, okay.
So I didn't think I could think Sutter was any more perverted than he already is.
Yeah.
And now I kind of do.
Because like Carla's final scene when she's trying to... When she sets them up. Wow.
Oh.
All right.
Gosh.
All right.
I just wanted to go out watching you do what you do.
Do what you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's his missus.
Cool.
They went home after shooting that scene, and
that would have been a very awkward, uncomfortable.
So another good day at work, love. You know, well,
I imagine there was lots of like, this is not what like normal marriages have to talk about. You know, this is just out there.
So you've got Jimmy Smits, who's being made by his wife. Jimmy Smits, whose wife is trying to get another woman to arouse him.
Yes.
And the other woman's husband is running the whole show.
It's the guy who wrote the scene. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
And Jimmy Smith's wife is playing his half-sister.
Who also wants to bang him.
Who is in love with him in a romantic way.
Dear Kurt, get help.
Kurt, seriously, man. Oh my God. Yeah.
But fair play though for a relatively low level supporting character. I think Carla's fabulous.
No, she's definitely.
A really good character.
She's got a lot going on, doesn't she? I mean, and the way she changes as well. Because when she's first introduced, you think she's maybe like the leavening agent. She keeps. You get the impression she keeps Nero in line. Like she's really running the business, right?
Yeah.
And then goes right off the deep end.
Oh yeah, she massively loses the plot.
Yeah. In a very
and then attempts
way.
to blame it on somebody else. Speaking of notable guest stars, if I may, very briefly, Emma Jean, the hooker that Clay doesn't sleep with.
Yes.
That Gemma beats up.
Yeah, I was going to say who has the misfortune of running afoul of Gemma.
Yeah, lovely Ashley Tisdale, Disney Channel star, playing
Right.
type there.
Desperately trying to break the stereotype.
Yeah, he's right, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, she's the one who ends up. Obviously, it's not her, but Jax ends up getting sent a replacement breast in the fucking mail to convince other people.
Yeah. I need a thumb and a tiny titty.
It's just so ridiculous.
There's a running joke in that episode where like the box is delivered and then people keep passing it around.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody gets their hands on that box at some point.
It reminds me of the head in the chili from the previous season, right? It's got that kind of a vibe to it.
It is very much like that.
And it's even like, I mean, they have the gall to build it up as though it's going to be something important as well, to sort of like fake you out. So
right.
You get it could be like, the suitcase in Pulp Fiction or something.
Right.
It's the head in the box from Seven.
Yeah.
You know, and not only that, but they see it through, because that's the conclusion of that episode.
That's the last shot of the episode. It's him opening the box.
And he opens the box and he's like, what the fuck? Is that what we've been waiting on?
Wow.
But it's also a look on Jackson's face, like, oh yeah, that's today. That all happened today.
I forgot about I ordered a severed breast.
It's really
from our local friendly crematorium.
Don't get it wrong, it is really funny, but it is also kind of like a marker of the degradation of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of this situation, right?
I ordered a thumb and a breast. It must be Tuesday.
And also, so much awful shit happened that I forgot.
I forgot I'd done it. That's the thing, yeah.
Wow.
That's the thing.
This is the end of the day, right? This is the problem solved. I've got my tit and thumb in box. That's fine.
I've somehow survived another day. Oh right, I've got a tit and thumb on ice. Great. I need to sort. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'll courier it over to Nero's mates so that they don't shoot me.
Yeah,
fantastic.
At least that has gone right.
Yeah, I mean it worked out.
Sure.
I suppose whilst if we are still doing the kind of newbies this season,
sure,
we should make reference to the gloriously named Frankie Diamond's Go-Go and Peg.
What is with these names?
Yeah.
Apparently my role tonight is to just throw in random trivia, so I'm going to carry on doing that. Frankie Diamond is brought to you by Chuck Zito.
Okay.
Who is a former president of the Hells Angels MC.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And allegedly had no actual ties to the Gambino crime family.
Sure.
Yeah, right. He is in fact interested. So I'm properly going down the Quizmaster route now. He is one of 4 former Hells Angels that are in the show.
Oh,
right. Because Happy, right?
Hap is one.
Yeah, that's the only other one I know.
Quinn.
Okay.
I don't think. Have we seen Quinn yet?
Don't think so.
I think Quinn comes in until series 6, does he?
No, I think that's right.
And the other one?
No idea.
Want to have a punt, anybody?
No, I have no idea.
I'd love it to be like Unser.
No, Lenny the Pimp.
Okay.
Lenny Jankowicz was a former Hells Angel.
Oh, bloody really?
Yep.
There you go.
Lenny the Pimp's seen some shit. I mean, don't let it fool you. Sorry, this is again. It's a little aside, but there's a lovely moment with Lenny the Pimp in this season. I can't remember who it is that's speaking to him, and it's like, can I do anything for you, Lenny? On the outside.
Oh yeah,
There is no outside for me.
It's Clay.
Is it Clay?
Because Clay's picking his brains about why has Tara gone into
That's right. Yeah.
It's a really good. It's a great scene. Oh god, that's a great scene.
What is? I mean, I've mentioned this in previous episodes, but what is this? Is it with this show and getting actors who have these like tectonic faces that are just like so expressive that they look almost like cartoons? They look almost like they're paintings, as though they're exaggerated in some way.
Yeah, no, it's incredible,
isn't it? Isn't it just?
Yeah.
He's one of them, right? He looks amazing. This guy, in the same way that, I mean, you write him like counterposed to Ron Perlman, so I suppose he's got to.
Well, sure, yeah. As we've mentioned him very briefly, and I will come back to the trio of ne'er-do-wells who provide one of the major subplots of the season. But as we've mentioned him briefly, and it is my role on this show to sing the praises of one Happy.
Yes.
Happy gets a badge. Happy gets a badge. Happy has finally got a role.
Yeah.
He has finally been promoted to where he should be at Sergeant at Arms.
Quite
the
right.
role that he was destined to take.
Born to play.
Since he hatched in.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah. No, it's so great. I love the scene where the Mexican gang attempt to jack them of their guns rather than just pay them for them, and they drive off and they pull off this insane stunt right down a hill, and they're all just like losing their minds, and Happy is losing his mind, and it is so great. Sorry,
we lost you for a minute there, Kit.
Just for a brief moment.
Oh, sorry. There. It's the moment where they were rolling down the hill and then they turn around and say, anybody dead? And Happy's reaction is just...
it's like, anybody dead? No. Anybody hit? Happy, have you been hit? And he's like, yeah, it grazed me. I am fucking rapturous.
That's it. I am rapturous. It's so great.
If anybody ever asks me why I love Happy as a character, that's it.
There it is. He's the best.
Oh,
it's also that thing where it's like kill him and bury his body in a shallow grave, and he's like, yes, I will. It's just like, okay.
He loves his job. That's what I love. He fucking loves his job. And he should be in that right-hand seat. He should be the star of that MC.
I mean, talking about the characters that mirror one another, I always find that he mirrors Juice. In many ways, he's kind of like, he is just so naturally part of the club, and he is strong, he is certain, and whatever he does correctly, whereas Juice is the exact opposite. Exact opposite.
Yeah, he's absolutely the anti-Juice.
Yeah, because Happy's an uncomplicated sociopath. And Juice is a deeply conflicted,
and bizarrely uncompromised because of that, right?
Yeah, that's it.
He has no friction at all. His place is certain. But Juice in this, oh my god! I mean, who is he even like? I mean, who is he even taking orders from? It's all over the place, isn't it?
Juice just fits into Juice's role once again, which is to be untrustworthy to absolutely anybody that comes near him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, for the betrayal,
really know what side he's fighting for.
Yeah.
Never have the confidence of his actions.
No.
And just be a weaselly dick most.
He's a weaselly prick. He really is. I hate that. I hate him so much. I mean,
but for the betrayal theme, right? Like, I mean, Juice ticks on because he betrays Clay, then he betrays Jax, although he tries to Clay, and it's almost too late. Like, it's just gives Jax the gun that you can use to frame Clay, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's
he's
brutal.
Back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that he's selling out the club all of the time.
Right.
For all of his bullshit. Oh, I love the club. Oh, blah, 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 he's a weaselly shit.
Yeah. That change should have done its business.
Because we haven't talked about that bit of the plot yet, but it's interesting. So, and it's a good lead-in because you were talking about the three ringers really that Clay brings in for the
ringers
Nomads.
Is an excellent word for them, yes.
And I'll just start by saying, that bit of the plot, I remember even the first time through, I was like, it's going to be the Nomads, isn't it? Like, it didn't feel like it was a particularly...
It wasn't a massive surprise.
It wasn't a well-disguised mystery. No, I feel like... Look, let's be charitable and say that that's Clay slipping in his old age, right? Like, he's getting a bit predictable or whatever.
Sure.
But the thing that is significant is the death of the sheriff's wife and the impact that has on both his character. Yeah, another pregnant woman. The impact it has on both his character in particular, but also the ripple effects on that through the rest of the season are actually really significant.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, it's this proximity to the club that compromises everything about your life, isn't it? And he finds, I mean, he loses pretty much everything. It's not just his wife and his unborn child. They go that far. It's also his integrity, because he considers himself a straight arrow. He considers himself a principled cop, and then he starts to make compromises. He starts to talk to Jax, and suddenly it all comes crashing down.
I think it's interesting, Kit, that you say, you watch this show and it's like, oh, well, here are three new characters. And also there are three masked characters who are doing
who are committing crimes.
So I rewatched this show on Saturday. I watched all but the last episode during the day on Saturday because I have got a rock and roll life. And as such, just before we came on air today, I was flicking through the SOA wiki just to remind myself, because, like I say, as I do every fucking time we do this recording, I get to the end of the season, I go, right, I'm done. I'm going to put that off now, and then I go, I'll just watch a little bit more. So I wanted to remind myself where the cutoff was.
Yeah.
So that I didn't start going into season 6 territory.
Sure.
Obviously, that's failed because I'm bad at this. But interestingly, I was reading through. So I started off and I thought, well, I'm going to read the synopsis of every episode, and then the clock was ticking down. And it got to about 3 minutes to 8, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to skim the rest. Reading the synopsis of the first episode, and I've never picked up on this. When we first see these home invasion guys,
yeah.
According to the wiki, and take that as you will,
yeah,
the camera lingers on
it does.
Their legs.
That's right.
I've never noticed that. That is the case,
never noticed that.
Yeah, I saw it this time.
So
yeah,
you can clearly see that there is a peg leg in there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, that's right. So it's like no mystery at all.
So we've got 3 new characters introduced, one of whom's got a peg leg.
Yes.
And we've got 3 masked characters who identity they're unknown. One of whom's got a peg leg.
Okay.
Right. And not because he has that moment, doesn't he, when they're first introduced around the table and he puts his artificial leg up on Phil's shoulder.
Yeah.
And so we're really drawing attention to this fact now.
Yeah. No, it's not subtle at all. Which makes me think it's not meant to be a mystery, right?
No.
I think the mystery is supposed to be Clay.
Yeah. But
it's definitely those guys, and I think the mystery, in as much as there is a mystery, is that it's Clay that's running them.
Right.
It's not much of a mystery,
it's
frankly,
not much of a mystery.
Who the fuck else?
It's relatively easy to figure out, even before, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although I will say that the smash cut that ends the episode where Clay just grabs the guy and slugs him in the face as you weren't supposed to kill her, is good. That's a fantastic end to that episode. Like, it's a proper, oh, shit.
Yeah, as a dramatic end, it's good because it underscores it, doesn't it? It underlines it. It's like, okay, so Clay is not defeated. He is, he's been this he's got his oxygen mask and everything. He's really hanged dog. And,
he's become piney.
We haven't talked about that at all, have you? But he's literally become piney. He's now on oxygen, and he's in Piney's seat.
Right, right. But he's still doing what Clay does, right?
But Clay will Clay.
Yeah,
Clay will always Clay.
Well, don't you love that character note where he gets told by the doctor, like, actually, your lungs repairing, you're not going to need this oxygen anymore, and then he comes out and he's wearing the oxygen. It's like, because every advantage, right? Every advantage.
Yeah. Exactly that. Going back to the betrayal theme again, Clay betrays his club for, I don't know what, like the 80th time?
Of course.
And then betrays the people who he employed to betray his club. Well, he rocks up at Unser's and he's like, do you know what, this is going to shit. Fuck it, I'll kill them instead.
I love that scene.
Oh, it's
the
great.
Scene where he goes in and Unser's pointing the shotgun at him and he's like, is that loaded? He's like, yeah. And he says, I guess I earned that. And Unser's like, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
it's so fucking good. Yeah. We haven't really talked about Unser either. Like, this is a hell of a season for that poor soul.
The beautifully named Uncle Touchy.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus.
Love him.
The scene he gets with Tara when he's coming out of just come out of chemo.
I love that scene, and it's so. It really does love. This show loves making him look wretched, doesn't it? It really loves it, and it's like, oh god, man, how much more can you take?
Right. Is
he the anti-Otto?
In some ways,
because he's again, he's this tortured character that the show loves to chip away.
Yeah.
But he's the flip side of that coin to an extent.
Yeah, he kind of is, isn't he? He's got this weird integrity to him, Unser, where he just keeps. You do question sometimes. What are you doing, man? Just get away from these people, please. They are. You are getting nothing from this,
But he's also almost like the Cassandra, because the moment when he comes out, that amazing scene where he finally confronts Gemma, and he's like,
"Oh, that's
basically
great.
Stop fucking I know you're playing me along, and you're playing everyone along, and everyone fucking knows you're playing them." It's a great scene.
And of course he tells her exactly, you are right, he's Cassandra, isn't he? Because he tells her exactly what happens to her.
Yeah.
He tells her point blank what's going to happen to her.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, man.
But also, just like, I love the way his life is just, like you say, like similar to Otto. It's just on a seemingly endless downward spiral. Like at the point, like he's living in a trailer in his old business. He doesn't even own the business anymore. He sold it, and they're letting him live in a trailer in the and then he gets kicked out of that.
He gets kicked out of there, doesn't it? It's like bloody hell, man.
And it is just bit by bit by bit, isn't it? And
yeah.
But I think whereas Otto has his loyalties, and his loyalties are to the MC and to Otto.
Yes.
And then subsequently just to Otto.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, sort of.
I mean, to Luan, really.
Loyalty,
to Luan, yeah.
To Luan, definitely.
Yeah.
But he does still have MC loyalty. There's that moment where he kills the nurse.
Yeah.
And he says, "Sons live, Redwood bleeds."
Redwood bleeds, Christ.
Yeah, bloody
And it's like, I'm still loyal to the MC, but this charter has to pay for this.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Whereas Unser is one of the kind of, in his own way, moral centres of the show. Even from the beginning, when he is the sheriff and he's obviously in partnership with the Sons, and he is corrupt, but he's doing it for the good of the town.
Yeah.
He believes that anyway.
And at least he believes that's what he's doing.
He's not.
He believes that his actions are to keep Charming safe.
Yeah,
or as
he's not
safe as
selfishly
they can
corrupt, is he? He's not
be. No,
like.
he's not.
It's not, he's not like on the take and that's it. Of course, he loves Gemma too. There's that.
And he's in.
I was going to say, that's Unser's original sin, right?
Yeah. And of course, we all know what happens to people who love Gemma, right?
Right. Yeah. They go to live on a farm and they get to chase rabbits.
Once again, listeners, don't worry. Unser is fine. He gets cured of the cancer.
He beats stage 4 cancer.
He goes
to live on a farm.
And he and Gemma go and live on that.
Yeah.
He and Gemma and Gemma's 4 other husbands.
Yes.
and her son husband.
Yes. Yeah, and all of that. God, that line when Nero says to him, "Is this some kind of twisted mummy thing?"
And it's like, again...
And Jack says, "I untwisted my mummy thing a long time ago," and every single person watching says, "No, you fucking didn't, son."
Oh, God, no.
Jesus, God, you haven't. But no,
and if you think you have, it's going to get twisted again pretty fucking soon, mate. Trust me on it.
I mean, it seems to be another theme of this season, and it escalates going forward, which is making subtext text, like bringing it screaming into the limelight. And it really works. Like dramatically, it really works.
Absolutely. But I think as well, what's interesting is that Nero's the one who gets that line.
Yeah.
Because he has that clear right. That's the thing about Nero as a character. Like he is like Jax, but he's got whatever he's got, like 20 years on him. So he's got all that experience on top, right? Like he's seen this play out a few times now in various ways, right?
He does seem.
I mean, the whole thing about Nero's origin, he does. But Nero's origin story too. The whole thing about like how come, because like you don't get people in gang culture that old. And he's like, I got a lucky bust. Right. I was in Chino for 4 or 5 years when every other person I know got killed or got thrown in jail for life. That's how come I'm still going. And then when I got out, I got clean. And it's like, wow. Yeah. Like he's a fascinating character.
He really
and
is.
Nero's got something to live for as well.
Yes, his son.
Nero's got his boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's got this dream of buying the farm and getting his boy out and going down.
Yeah. Which again mirrors Jax and Abel.
And unlike Jax, he means it.
Yeah, he's actually saving up for
That's
it.
Yeah. See, for Nero, his son's the most important thing in his life.
Yeah.
For Jax, the MC is the most important thing.
Yeah. And he can't admit that.
He can't. But
his actions speak.
He kind of does at one point.
Yeah.
He does say at one point, I can't remember the moment, he does say at one point, I can't walk away from my club.
Yeah.
Well, it's that thing of like, I can't leave it broken, right?
Yeah.
Like he's willing to walk away.
I've got to fix it before I go.
Exactly.
But you can't fix it.
Exactly, and that's the charming curse, right?
It's the perfect excuse because it will never be fixed. It will always be broken, right?
Well, and I think we'll talk about this in a couple of episodes' time, but I think there is a fix there, and it's quite a poetic fix, I think, in the end.
Yeah, maybe
fix-ish.
Yeah, maybe. A lot of blood gets spilt in the meantime, though.
Oh God.
Well, yeah.
And I mean, as we're going through the regular cast as well, I do just want to give a very brief shout out to our man Chucky. Because this is
who started to rhyme in this season.
Because this is the season where he starts rhyming, yeah. And I think Gemma even says at one point, yeah, the Dr. Zeus shit is new.
Yeah.
Just fucking love.
Not only that, and then he starts speaking French.
Right.
Brilliance. I mean, like, yeah. What a way to make that character stand out, yeah?
Oh, God.
They don't display the episode titles on the episodes,
right?
As many shows don't. So the only way you'd know the episode titles is if you're a geek and you look shit up on the internet, like I think me and you and everyone probably listen to us.
Or to be fair, if you're watching it on Disney Plus, which I was, where it does display
of course,
the episode
come up on there, don't they? Some of the episodes titles are grand. Some of them are fucking horrible. The episode where Opie gets killed is called Laying Pipe.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
That's horrible.
Well, and Crucifix, right?
The season is J'ai obtenu cette, which is what Chucky says as he walks away. Which and that's a long time since I did French, but I think it roughly translates to "I accept that."
That's so great.
Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm talking rubbish. I've just realised what it actually is.
What is it?
It's not French where I got this.
I got this. Okay. There you go.
That line that comes back over and over again.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much Opie's last line, right?
That's Opie's last words. I got there. It's also what Jax says just as he beats the guard's head in with a snow globe.
Yeah. God, that scene. We haven't talked about that either. Like, that is... Because there's two components to that. One is the brutality of... I mean, you know, the guy's going to die. He killed Opie. He's going to die, and he's going to die bad. But, like, it's still... the one I really think is interesting in that is the difference in the way that the other people in the room react to it.
Yeah,
you know,
there's something really significant going on there. That's when you see Bobby in particular go like, "Oh,
right."
Hang on.
I think that's the point where Bobby goes, "I can't do this VP job anymore."
Sure. Because because we were on the theme of betrayal earlier. That's the other interesting thing is like even Bobby actually
kind of betrays Jax. Yeah.
No, he does betray Jax when he goes behind Jax's back to Clay and says, "You confess."
Yeah.
And I will vote.
I'll vote down the main.
I'll vote to spare your life. Exactly.
He does it for good reasons. You know, he does it for
the best of reasons,
like eternal reasons towards Jax because he doesn't like the road he's going down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true.
In the way that comes back in the last episode where Bobby says, "You don't get it. It's not about being smart enough to find a way to hurt him. It's about being smart enough to realize you didn't have to hurt him."
Yeah.
It's so fucking good, man.
Wow.
And I love Bobby in this season.
There's a run through this of, and again, shout me down if I've gone too far and I'm going into season 6, and I apologise, of Bobby leaving the charter.
Oh no! This is where that starts because the very last shot of Bobby in the season is him cutting his VP patch off.
Is that the last shot of Bobby? Right. In that case, I'll say no more until we reconvene.
Yeah, but it is the beginning of that arc. Yeah,
definitely.
And you see it plays out because Bobby, if you watch, I mean, it's something I did this last watch. Really watch Bobby in every scene he's in. It's fucking brilliant. I mean, that guy, you know, we're not short of amazing actors in this show, but that guy does such a good job because so much of what goes on with Bobby in this season happens in reaction shots. It's not in lines. It's just the way his eyes move and the way his face moves and the way he's processing what's going on around him. Because it's different for Chibs and Tig. Because they saw what happened to Opie. So in that execution, although actually Chibs' reaction is interesting there too. Even Chibs is a little bit like, "Okay, Jackie boy, I think he's got the message.
It's time to stop now."
You know.
Whereas Tig, he's just like, well, she's a problem. No, she's not. But
well, that's the other thing, right? That's the other thing I wanted to say about that scene because that's Tig showing his loyalty to Jax, right? Yeah. That's Tig saying like, I am because oh my god, it happens in the final shot where they're in the clubhouse. And Tig is stroking the dog's head, and Jax strokes Tig's head.
Yeah,
like it's his fucking pet Rottweiler.
Yeah, Tig's his pet now.
It's so good because Tig's always been like that. Even season 1, he was like Clay's attack dog, right?
Yep. Yeah,
but now he's transferred his loyalty to. Oh god, it's so great. I mean, it's not subtle, right? But it's really fucking good.
But the dynamics are great, aren't they? They're really fun.
They are.
They're really fun and interesting. And I mean, Bobby's great. Bobby's so interesting in this season because he is trying his damnedest to keep some stability.
Yeah.
Regardless of course, how he does it.
The other turning point for Bobby, of course, is when Jax goes against the Grim Bastards.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And and Bobby says to him, "You've just severed a tie that's been in place for decades."
Yeah, you just shit on 20 years of loyalty. You've just shit on. Yeah, no, it's a really powerful.
It's a really interesting revelation for Jax as well, isn't it? That he has this problem with impulse control, with mitigating himself and controlling himself.
Well, it's violent rage. He cannot control his violent impulses. And that, to be fair to the show, that's baked in from season 1. There's a really weird, aside where he's in a gas station and he ends up beating the absolute shit out. I think he ends up axe murdering him, actually, if I remember rightly.
That's right, yeah.
And it's like...
For cutting him up, right?
Yeah.
So, can I just bring us around to something? We've been doing this for an hour and a half now.
Oh. Yeah.
We haven't really talked about the defining moment of this season.
Oh.
Not really in depth.
Go on.
The pipe.
Yeah.
The fucking pipe is, for me, the defining moment of this season. It's horrific. It's one of the most distressing things I've ever seen on television.
Yeah. Yeah, it's horrible.
I say we haven't talked about it. I don't know that I've got anything to say. I don't know.
It's hard it's hard to articulate, isn't it? It's significant. I mean, obviously, it's probably the most significant moment in the season.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's so interesting for Opie himself, isn't it? Because it is a suicide, right?
Yeah, because Opie's done now. Opie's like, well, I've got one more thing I can give to this club, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and actually, even before that, Opie's decision to assault the sheriff and go to prison with them.
Yes, of course.
Because he's nothing to do with this dude.
No,
he's out of this.
He could have walked again. Another character who could have walked away, right, with his kids.
Yep.
But he can't, because Opie can't be happy. He can't. No. He can't have a life. He couldn't have his life with Donna. Nope. For various reasons, he couldn't do it. And then Donna dies, and then he's mopey Opie for a bit. Oh, yeah. I hate. Never call him that again. But he's, Donna dies, and that destroys him for a bit.
Yeah.
Sort of, and he fucks off his kids to his mum and what have you, and then he meets Lila, and he's like, "Oh, you've got a chance of redemption here, boy. This is sweet."
Yeah.
And I know you don't want her doing porn anymore, but fucking hell, man, you marry a porn star, you've got to expect she's going to do porn. That's how that works. Yeah. And you've got a chance, and you can't. He doesn't do anything wrong. I don't think he just can't. No. He can't be happy.
None of the kids born into this abyss can escape its vortex.
No, absolutely not.
But he also,
what happens with Opie is he realizes he can't be happy. He can't ever have it.
Well, and also,
I don't think he even knows what he wants. But whatever it is, he can't have it.
Yeah.
He can't let go of Clay either. Also, he can't let go of the fact that Clay murdered his father. That's just.
He would have had to kill Clay at some point.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely.
It's just that's his white whale. I've got to take out the guy that took out my dad.
Yeah.
And I think that's valid. I think that's one of the most honest emotions that we have in this show is, that you took this from me, and I've got to see that through.
Yeah.
But that's just the feeling I get, is that he knows that it's never going to work out for him, and whatever it is, whether he knows where he's going or doesn't, whether he knows what will make him happy or doesn't, he knows he's not going to get there.
Yeah.
But he also has that
he can do is just I'll put myself down for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the other thing that's amazing is he does that, but before he does that, he proper has it out with Jax. The confrontation between them in that cell,
which has been boiling for a while, right?
The dialogue is so fucking good, because the moment when he's like, because Jax says I had to choose. I had to either take out Clay or I had to save the club, and Opie says, "You chose wrong.
You chose wrong. Yeah.
You chose wrong."
Yeah. Which Jax acknowledges later on, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
He actually says, that, it was a mistake, right?
But the paradox is, Opie says that, and then immediately goes on to literally sacrifice himself for that same club. Ultimately, he gives up his life to... Yeah. And is that because he just trusts that Jax will get the revenge that he needs him to get, ultimately?
Yeah.
And we've got another mirror. This appears to be another theme of this, is the mirroring. You've got Opie, who's like, well, no, the right choice here is for Clay to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the flip side of that, and he goes out of his way to try and make it happen.
Yeah.
By actually shooting, obviously. And the flip side of that again is Bobby, which is the right choice here is for Clay to live.
Yeah.
And he goes out of his way to make that happen.
And by the way, Bobby's wrong too.
And Bobby's also wrong.
Bobby's absolutely wrong. If
absolutely.
anybody in this show needs to die, clinically needs to die, it's Clay.
And Bobby's got no excuse because Bobby knows all of it.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that's important to know. By that point, Jax has said, I can't prove that he was behind the nomads. I also can't prove he killed my dad, but he fucking did.
But he did.
And Bobby's in that scene. Bobby knows. Bobby knows the depth of what Clay... In fact, that's the scene that convinces Bobby that he has to get Clay to come clean and go to the vote, because in Bobby's mind, it's the only fucking way that Clay gets out of it alive.
Yeah. It's very interesting with Bobby. My impression of him at this point is that he's seen too much. He is one of the older members of the club, and he's just weary of it, of the violence and the death. He's had enough.
I think he is, but he's also the moral center of the.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's the conscience.
One of his defining characteristics has been from several seasons back is, Jax, you are the way to make this different.
Yeah.
When you take that gavel, be it sooner or later, you have the power to make this club different. Yeah. You don't have to go down Clay's road. You can change these things.
Yeah.
We don't have to be that group that just murders because murder's available.
Yeah.
And that's
Bobby's actually an idealist.
Yes, he is. And the realization that he's wrong, there's no other way for this club to operate because it's founded in violence, right? It's founded in blood.
But I think Bobby's like the nearest thing the show has to a spiritual successor to JT, right? Like he's the living embodiment of JT's values, that misguided idealism.
JT,
the idealistic side of him,
Yes, I think so.
And I think Bobby's a true believer.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Even at this point in season 5, I think he's still a true believer in all of that stuff.
I don't think he's right.
No.
I think he fully, absolutely believes that there is a clean future for this MC.
Yeah. I think his motives are pure, right?
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. And he believes in what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he thinks that after a long struggle, and yes, there will be more bloodshed beforehand, but we can get to the point where we are a legitimate motorcycle club who run a legitimate garage, and that's all we do.
Yeah. Well, and, a brothel, but sure.
And a brothel, but
escort service.
Escort service. A legitimate brothel.
Yes, exactly. No, that's true.
To the alternative they've been living, it's like,
Yeah. And it is a legitimate brothel.
Yeah.
As they say repeatedly, Nero's got all the paperwork.
Yeah,
that's
all
right.
The paperwork, Yep.
I'd like to point this out as well. Like, we're an hour and 45 minutes into this. We haven't even talked about Danny fucking Trejo yet.
Oh,
we haven't. You're absolutely right.
Like, how is that even possible? But that, to me, that speaks to how amazing this show is. Even on, because I agree with you, Steve. This isn't one of my favourite seasons of the show at all. But how strong is this fucking show that you can talk about it for an hour and 45 minutes and not talk about the fact that Danny Trejo's in it? Like, a lot.
In a recurring role, right?
And he's fucking amazing and really terrifying.
I mean, it's so interesting, his role in this. It's so fascinating. Because they could have just left it. They could have, he's just a representative of the cartel. They could have just left it. And that would have been fine. But he's actually not that. He's also the CIA operative.
No, but we can't have that because he's got to betray the cartel by being CIA.
There you go.
And he's got to betray the CIA by murdering for the cartel.
Right.
Yes.
And he's got to, contemplate betraying both Jax and Clay at various points, depending upon what's operative.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
In a very casual manner as well. They talk about it in very practical terms. It's whatever's good for us, right? Whatever's best for our agendas, that's what happens.
Well, there's a guy who will absolutely just crush you like a bug if it doesn't fit his agenda, and he won't think twice. No conscience whatsoever.
An eyelid, no. And it's brilliantly played. It's
it's
Danny
fantastic.
Trejo, and again, another one of the actors with the face, right?
Oh my God!
He's got that same face again.
Amazing face. I mean, just brilliant.
If Mount Rushmore came to life,
Right.
They all rock up in this show.
Yeah. No, for sure.
There's a couple of other people that I'd like to mention as well.
Sure.
One briefly and one maybe slightly more in depth. One really, it kind of pops in and out, but I think he's got one glorious scene, and that's Galen.
Oh,
yes.
Galen,
And I've just thought something else we've got to talk about as well. Fuck me, we're never going home, boys. This is it.
That's all right. That's okay.
The lovely scene where he bare knuckle fight.
Bare knuckle fight, yeah, that's fucking great.
He does very well, right?
Yeah,
he holds his own.
He really does. He's bare-chested.
For a man presumably in his 50s.
I
was going to say, against a much younger man. He does very well.
Right?
Yeah, I think he'd have got the better of Jax if that had carried on.
Yeah.
It looks that way, doesn't it? The way it's...
I wouldn't have bet against him. I would not bet against him.
And then follows it up with, do you not want to test out the weaponry? No.
Oh, God, that's so great.
I insist.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shoot shit out of these bikes.
It's so fucking great.
He's such a hateful character, isn't he? He's a brilliant hateful character.
He is, yeah. And then just when you think, that's kind of the peak Galen,
yes,
he pops it whilst not even being there. Because, you poor tubby little fucker. I love you, Phil. You just...
Phil.
Oh, you're just lovely and you're fucking useless. And you mean so well. You just desperately want to be in this. And the way you go... Velin I can take or leave, I'll be frank. I didn't really form an attachment to him. But Phil...
Yeah.
Oh,
the thing about Phil is, you never expect him...
He's the new half-sack.
Right, exactly. But the thing about Phil is, you never expect Phil to get patched in, right? He's going to be the comedy sidekick. So when he does, you're like... Wow.
Yeah.
And actually, when they're doing the Mayhem vote, I love Phil's reaction in the Mayhem vote, because he's like, there's this moment where you look at the actor and he's like, how in the name of fuck did I end up having a vote in this fucking moment? It is so great. It's so great.
I've come to be sitting here and being able to give my opinion on whether we should assassinate this man or not.
Yeah, it's so fucking great.
But no, you're absolutely right. He shouldn't ever be there. He should never have made Phil Patch.
Right.
And he knows that.
Yeah.
And I think he's just loving every day because he's part of this.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? When he goes in the brothel and he sees that woman, he's like, oh my God.
That's
and they're like, hey, lad,
fun.
go for it. And he's like, oh shit, oh my God. And it's like,
it's just like, oh my God, I'm allowed to do this.
Yeah, he's like, I may be in heaven right now.
Yeah.
Who is it who says there's going to be an awful amount of flop sweat going on there?
Feels like Tig.
Phil does feel like Tig.
Could be Chibs. Could be Chibs. Chibs is a bit of a dark horse for a line like that. One of the two.
The other person I think I need to bring up,
who
we haven't even mentioned yet, is Torek.
Oh.
Okay. Sure.
Because he needs to be talked about, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk about people who are on the right side of the law theoretically.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because Torek, obviously Torek will become more in season 6. We see him, the start of him.
Yeah,
we don't get the depth of his horror yet.
No, we don't.
He's such a weird character as well.
Oh,
there is something.
Scary.
The performance is really off, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's in a good way.
In a good way,
really interesting way. You don't know what exactly he's going for.
No.
He seems psychotic, quietly psychotic. Even his stated reasons for doing what he's doing, you're like, nah, there's something else going on here.
I think he says it to Jem. I think he says it to Tara when he's leaving the room. He says, I can't remember where, maybe not, but he says it at some point on camera. He says something like, I'm recently retired, and it's something like, thank you for giving me a reason or a purpose or something. And it's like, oh, that sounds bad.
I say we need to talk about him, and I think we do need to talk about him a little bit, because, as you say, he does become more.
Yeah.
Again,
and we'll talk more about him next time round. He's only in 3 episodes of this season.
He is.
He's introduced so quickly.
It makes a hell of an impact, though.
But from the first time we see him, we're inside Otto's cell, and opens the door, and he's like, "Can you hear my voice?"
Oh God!
And he's just so calm, and he's basically saying, he's saying, "I'm just going to make your life hell now."
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you want to die, and you will. But the last few months of your life are going to be the worst you've ever experienced.
And we know, what Otto's already experienced. So it's
exactly that.
Oh my God, what are you going to do to him?
So we start off with that, and even at that point, yes, he's all right. He's going about it not in the most legal way, obviously. That's a massive understatement, but you can still see his reasoning somewhat. This guy's just murdered his sister, and murdered his sister, in his eyes at least, for fun.
Yeah. And in a horrific way as well, right? The most brutal way imaginable.
And so you can kind of see his point, but it's the following episode.
Yeah.
It's the following episode where we have a shot of him in his hotel room.
Oh, yeah.
And if I remember rightly, he's just in his pants.
Yeah.
Because there's quite a lot of Torek in just his pants.
Yes, there is, bizarrely.
And he's reading the book, and then the camera pans over, and fuck me, there is an arsenal on his bed.
Yeah.
He has brought every gun known to humanity and laid them out on his bed.
Yeah. This guy...
Okay, so this guy...
implication of backstory for this guy...
This guy's got some things to start.
Right.
And we'll talk more about him next time.
Yes,
I just thought it was important that we touch on him a little bit before we go.
He's going to be absolutely pivotal in the next season, of course.
Yeah.
Retired US Marshal, though, that does give you chills.
Yeah.
Combined with the way he acts. Also, though, Steve, I love his moment where he's behind the glass when Otto bites his tongue.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Because his reaction to that is so calm, and what he says is, way to commit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's an amount of respect for Otto there, isn't there?
Yeah. A kind of very cold respect.
Yeah, very cold, absolutely.
But wow, this guy's
it's kind
scary.
of like game respects game, isn't it?
Game recognised game for sure.
From one psychopath to another.
There you go.
Well done.
Yeah. But also, and this just occurred to me. But the other thing is also he echoes Pope in the sense that he's on a vengeance kick.
Yeah, and
Pope, he's Old Testament.
Yes,
it's biblical vengeance.
Yeah, and like Pope, he exercises incredible control.
Yeah,
except in his private moments.
But the difference is, and this is what makes him, I think, a scarier opposition for the Sons than even Pope was, is that he has no distractions. Pope has a business empire, and for him, the Sons of Anarchy are a gnat that he's just slapping. This guy, this is all he has.
Yeah,
this is his entire focus.
He has that line about, thank you for giving me a purpose again.
Yeah.
Because before that happened, before Pamela was murdered, he was nothing, was it? I mean, he's slipping into a life of motel rooms, probably, certainly drug abuse.
Yeah.
And he's just going to fuck his life completely and die alone.
Yeah.
But now he's got a reason to live.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of ex law enforcement, the over under on him eating a gun in the first 5 years of his retirement, I think he's more likely to than not.
Oh, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Until this.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's because this is the thing. It's the thing is the way that Jax ultimately outplayed Pope is Pope had other interests. Pope had other considerations, and therefore that gave Jax an opportunity. Already you can see with this character, there's no angle you can play with this fucking guy.
You can't play him anyway.
This is zero sum, isn't it? One of you is going to die.
That's it.
There has to be a death here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a brilliant, and as we say, this is the introduction to the character. We will see more of him, but it's a brilliant introduction.
It's very
He's
strong.
Terrifying.
It happens. Again, it's this season, isn't it? It happens with so many of these new characters. They come in and they hit hard.
And to see it happening as well at this moment, for him to come in as the entire fucking thing is off kilter, because that's the thing at the end of the season. Although I agree with you, Steve, one of the reasons this isn't one of my favourites is because it doesn't have the other seasons felt like chapters of a story, and they had a beginning, middle, end, and they weren't self-contained, but they felt like there was a complete action of narrative. This one definitely doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It does end abruptly. It does end without the weight punch.
I hadn't considered it until you said before, Kip, but you're absolutely right. Tara getting arrested and going off to prison, it's almost like a mid-season break.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we'll be back in a couple of weeks and we'll follow this up.
Yeah. But the thing is that because this guy's coming in, he's particularly terrifying because of the way this season ends, because the base is so destabilized, right? Gemma's been arrested, so Jax is going to be insane. Clay is, hours or days away from being executed as a result of the contract because he's going to be blamed for Pope's murder.
Yeah.
Gemma has probably turned Tara in. Like, it's not explicit at this point, but the way it's played, it's like, probably. Yeah. So there's a time bomb ticking there as well.
The moral heart of the club has quit.
The moral heart of the club has quit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's all really like, although he's seen off Pope, actually, they're not only are they not out of the woods, you're feeling like they're still on the downslope, right?
Yeah, it's still dissolving before your eyes, isn't it? It's unraveling.
And and lest we forget, they weren't on a firm footing to begin with. When Pope's saying to him, it's either when Pope says to him or Mark says to him, you still need to give me Traeger. And he's like, so many people, one more and we're done.
Yeah.
They're already on the ropes at this point.
One thing I will give Jax, he does give a kind of a justification for himself and for his own actions when he says, I inherited this shit to one. And it's like, yes, you did.
Yeah,
that's true.
He did come by, honestly. Well, we were talking about betrayal earlier. There's a degree to which, although he ultimately spares his life, there is a degree to which Jax actually does betray Trig.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
Because he allows him to think.
Eyes.
Yeah.
When he had that moment when Pope's just been killed, and he's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell you, he'd have picked up on it. And he's like, he could have killed me as soon as I got out of the car.
Yeah,
And Jax just looks at him and says, yeah, but he didn't.
But he didn't, right. Oh, well, that's really fucking reassuring, Prez.
Yeah.
Thanks for that shit.
Again,
but that's also
a little sort of notch in Jax, right?
Yeah,
just showing who he really is. Underneath.
That's what I mean. Exactly. It's that thing of feeling like, actually Jax's character, the guy who, because not to jump ahead, but like the scene in the opening of season 7. The first time I watched it, that was the moment where I was like, oh, Jax is actually the bad guy.
Yeah.
And watching it this time, I'm embarrassed that it took me that long to realise, because actually this is the season where you see that.
Yeah. I don't remember how season 7 opens off the top of my head.
I know the sequence you're talking about.
I'll just say it, because what the hell, we'll talk about it when we get there, but I'll say it now. Like, the opening montage of season 7 contains a moment where Jax cuts a swastika into someone.
He's doing work for the Nazis, isn't he? And
I was just oh.
Yeah.
And then it was like, how the fuck did you not see that before?
Yeah.
And as I say, this is the season for me. And that moment with Tig is really crucial, because that line is it. You said it, George, like, yeah, but he didn't. Now, let's take the most generous possible interpretation of it. That's Jax making a calculation based on his reader Pope's character. And it was a correct calculation. Pope would not just shoot him. Pope would want to enjoy the moment because he's Pope. Even so, it was an incredible risk to take with the life of a brother, and it was completely unconscionable to put Tig through that on the basis that he might spot it otherwise.
It was, but I think what's interesting is that Jax wouldn't have done it to anybody else.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe not.
If it had been any other brother, he wouldn't have done it. I think the reason being that Jax will never ever be behind Tig. 100%.
Right.
No, I think you're right,
Tig
Steve.
is always going to be Clay's boy.
Yes. It's part of his punishment for being Clay's boy, right?
There is this thing with Jax that, again, it happens quite a lot in this season when he is betrayed by characters, even characters that he's incredibly close to. They're done. They're useful to him, so he'll keep them around. Yeah. But they're done.
But
Gemma, we see it with Gemma, right?
Well, and Juice, right?
And Juice, and
it is. I mean, like, I know we've been down on Juice, and I respect that, but like, the scene where Jax manipulates him into staying close to Clay, it's fucking horrible.
Oh, it is.
Do you want to earn your way back? And it's a brutal manipulation.
And again, it's part of why Bobby is done, because when he accuses Jax of exactly that at one point, it's like you blackmailed him into supporting you, basically.
And it's exploitation. That's the thing. It's the exploitation of what he knows is Juice's weakness, which is like if he's not part of the club, he's not anything.
He's not anything, right?
Bobby's not the only one that sees it in Jax either.
No,
and he's not the only one that states it openly.
Yeah,
there is somebody else in this season that states it openly.
Go
in
on.
the early part of the season, Jax says to Opie, "Are you afraid that I'm going to become Clay?" And Opie says, "No, I'm afraid I'm going to become you."
Yes. Oh no, that's such a good moment. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's true, right?
Yeah,
it's absolutely true.
Absolutely.
There's these moments of clarity that come, and it's rather interesting that when these characters have these moments of clarity, they tend to die. They tend to like get promoted, as it were. They ascend to the next level of the metaphysics.
But it's really interesting to me how Jax, as a chess player, arguably comes into his own in this season.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we've seen flourishes like this before, but actually the way he plays out the CIA thing in terms of, getting rid of Rico, but also setting up the alternate route for the guns and the drugs so that he can get away clean from the deal with the CIA and he can get the club out from under. I mean, it's fucking impressive.
It is, yeah.
It's
a genuinely
smart, he is intelligent. He's incredibly intelligent, but myopic. Ultimately,
I can't remember what his name is, but Danny Trejo's character actually says to me, "So that's a hell of a lot of moving parts."
Yes.
They've all got to work perfectly for this to work out.
That's a consistent statement in this season. Several characters say to Jax that more or less that exact thing.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I think that's really interesting, is that because that is, to me, that's Clay. But I think the difference is that Clay is very instinctive.
Yeah.
And Clay is actually, although Clay is capable of that level of thought, he's also impulsive and he'll act quickly. Jax is I think Clay is a better tactician and Jax is a better strategist.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But I think it's a fascinating contest, and what I love about it is how much Jax is like Clay by the end of this season.
Yeah.
How much like the surrogate father has surpassed, whatever JT was in Jax's makeup, and Jax can't see it.
No, of course
that he's
not.
completely become Clay's son by the end of this. And actually, the way he betrays Clay at the end, using his own mother, is brutal than even Clay would have come up with.
Yeah, it's really unpleasant, isn't it? That particular horrible. Manipulation is.
It's vile. And Gemma is an irredeemably evil character, and you still feel bad for her in that moment. It's like, oh, dude, come on.
Come on, man.
And actually, the way that Jax gets Tara in on it as well.
Yes. That's another thing.
And there's something else that just occurred to me.
Yeah.
I don't know whether this is a point that's worth making, but I'm going to make it anyway. And obviously Jax doesn't really know that he's done this. But, we've talked repeatedly about Jax's stated aim of getting out.
Yeah.
And he never does. But what he does is he stops somebody else from getting out. Because Clay was done. Clay's out of the MC. He's been voted out. And he was hours away from leaving the country.
Yeah.
And because of Jax's actions, that's not happening. And that I'm guessing that's probably not going to end well for Clay.
I mean, doesn't seem likely, does it? He's also.
It doesn't.
I mean, if you want to go there, he's also accessory. I would say he's accessory after the fact for Opie.
Yeah.
Because he does a lot to persuade Opie to stay in.
Yeah,
even
he
though
does.
it's clearly not a good idea. I mean, actually, from the first season, Opie's like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Well, exactly that. Yeah, Opie at the beginning is like, because he's got Donna, and Donna's doing this. He's like, well, it's the club. He's like, yeah, but Jax is the one that keeps pulling him back.
Yeah.
And post Donna's death, obviously Opie throws himself into it more, but he's doing it again. He's with Lila, and I'm coming back to the same thing with Opie and not being able to be happy thing, but he's kind of clawing his way, consciously or unconsciously.
It occurs to me as you say that we haven't actually talked about Lila, and she's pretty fucking cool in this season. Like, she gets shot in the leg And then she turns up with like a garter around her fucking thigh wound in the next.
Although her knowledge of human anatomy is perhaps not the best. Because at one point, subsequently, she, it's like, so how are you doing? It's like, well, I got shot in my most important, the best part of me. I was like, obviously referring to her ass.
Yes.
It's a foot away from your ass. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But there's even there's a moment where she says to Gemma, how does my ass look, or something, like she's worried about the room, and Gemma actually says, like a snack, in this really in this really angry voice, in this really like, God damn you.
It is, but also Gemma's exploring that side of herself.
Oh no, I know, that's why I love it, because it's like, oh yeah, okay.
I'm feeling this. I don't want to admit it, but I really.
Yeah. Like a snack. God damn it. Yeah. No, that's so funny.
Gemma's bisexual adventures in this season. It's just so much fun.
My headcanon is that her flirting with Stahl actually awakened something in her that she didn't know was there. That's
I think you're probably right. Yeah. I think you're absolutely right there.
Yeah.
That was the start of something. Well, hopefully she gets the chance to see that through.
Absolutely, I'm sure she will. On that farm where she's chasing the rabbits with her several husbands. Yes, and husband's son.
Yep.
And the great Jimmy Smith and Nero. I mean, holy shit, man! Because that's the other thing. It's like, it kind of, although the story is Sons of Anarchy, this kind of feels like Nero's season 2 in a weird way. Like, his story is almost as compelling as the main narrative.
Oh, I fully agree.
Definitely. And it becomes so necessary as well, that balancing factor. It really does. Especially in later seasons. You need that voice of reason.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, like, when we're talking about the mirrors, like, because I think the Wendy Tara mirror is really fucking interesting. Because I also think that the other way that Jax reveals himself to be irredeemable in this season is the assault on Wendy.
The speedball.
That is the moment for me when Jax, that's it. He is the bad guy.
Right. Because it's just that there is no moral justification for what he's doing at all.
No moral justification for that. It's just total control, that is. Dominion.
And Tara's ahead of him, right? Because Tara's already thinking, shit, I actually have to name this woman in my will, because who the fuck else is going to get the kids?
Right.
Gemma? Fuck no. Yeah.
Wow.
But the look in Wendy's eyes as he jams the needle into
God.
It's a ghastly scene. It really is. It's horrific, that scene.
I mean, she's a phenomenal actress, right? Like, she was amazing in Sopranos, and she's amazing in this show as well. And I'm, not to jump ahead too far, but I'm glad her character gets the arc she gets in Sons. Because let's face it, wouldn't have been, like, if you'd looked at this at season, like, episode 1, season 1 of Sons, right? This is not how you would have predicted Wendy's arc to play out.
Definitely not.
And I like that that's one of the things I love about Sutter's writing. Like, he will keep you guessing.
Well, there is.
I think you can say that about the show as a whole, can't you? I don't think there are many. And again, I'm jumping ahead now, but I don't think there are many characters you can look at and say, I could see the path that this character was going to take.
No.
I think really. I think, and again, not going into detail about what comes up in the next 2 seasons. The only three, I suppose, are the 3 main characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think how Clay's story is going to end. You may not know the details, but you know the end game. And I think you know how Gemma's story is going to end.
If you know your Greek mythology, you know how Gemma's story is going to end.
And I think you must know how Jax's story is going to end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was ever any doubt.
There was
in general terms,
In general terms, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the Michael Chicklets of it all, but. There we go.
Who could have predicted that?
I've got him in. That's it. That's the full Shield quartet now. Well,
guys,
do we have anything else that we want to talk about, boys?
Well, I mean, it's it's going to kick off next season, guys. Just to let you all know out there. I mean, it's a strange thing to say. I think we say this every single episode, and it's true. It is now just a spiral down.
Yep.
It really is.
But I think
I'm looking forward to talking about next season, and I'm
me
even
too.
more looking forward to talking about the final season.
Yeah, next season's going to be very interesting.
I mean, I'll say this as well for you and for the benefit of the people listening. Like, again, I've seen season 5 now more times than any other season, just because we kept running scheduling problems and it took us a long time to record this. I may have only seen season 6 and 7 once a piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm really like I remember how it ends, and I remember the arc of season 7. I actually don't have very many memories of season 6, so I'm really interested.
Oh, there's a lot of fun ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
good times.
Fun. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. On that farm with the puppies, I'm very excited about that.
Lots of scenes on the farm next season.
Sure.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming that is essentially the plot of Mayans. Is we go to the farm.
Yeah, Steve. That's exactly how the Mayans plays out.
It's the Mayans farm, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah. It's the Mayans farm,
Yep.
and we all just live on it.
It's like
I don't know.
And I'm just going to throw this out, and I don't know whether we've discussed it previously or not, but are we going to talk about Mayans when we're finished?
I would love to fucking do that. I've seen the first season and a half, and it is shit hot.
Yeah, I've seen the first 2 seasons, and I think it's great.
Yeah,
really good show.
I know I'm way in advance, particularly given how well we schedule these episodes.
Yeah, sometime in 2035 we'll start talking about the Mayans.
In 30 or 40 years, if we're still here.
Yeah.
No, I'm just planning my own viewership, and if we are going to do that, I think what I might do is wait.
Yeah.
And I'll watch Mayans for the first time just before we talk about it.
Oh,
that would be
so
amazing.
Cool. That'd be so interesting.
It's like I say, I've seen the first season and a half, and it's really fucking good. I actually stopped again because of this, because I wanted to do this and then go and watch the rest of it. But yeah, it's
very good.
It's quality.
Yeah,
it's absolutely quality.
I'll schedule that then for when we move on to that next.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
And I still want to do the Shield as well. I want George's first time through the Shield.
I haven't seen the Shield, so
I cannot imagine that would just be so cool.
It's got Martin Goggins. I'm in.
Yeah.
I have got thoughts on the Shield.
Yeah, I thought you might, Steve. Am I right? Is that the Shield? You think it's like the all-time? Is that your favourite TV show of all time, or is it like just the final episode is the best final episode of all time?
I think it's got the most perfect conclusion to a character.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay.
No, my all-time favourite show is Twin Peaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Twin Peaks, I don't.
Sure. You don't really need to justify that.
You watch The Return, Steve? Yeah.
Oh, do you want to do this really?
I love how we're like an hour and a half, like 2 hours in. It's like, let's just open this whole other can of worms, George.
Let's open up Steve's thoughts on Twin Peaks that he first watched in 1990.
Oh,
okay.
Wow, really? If you want, Steve, you want to do Twin Peaks, I'm so up for that.
Yeah, I really do.
So up for that.
I feel like that's episode by episode, though. Yeah. I don't think you can do that season by season.
God.
There's too much to talk about.
No, we can't.
There's too much going on, right?
Yeah.
All right, very, very briefly. I remember so clearly. Not only watching Twin Peaks, I remember the first time I saw the trailer for Twin Peaks.
Oh, wow.
I remember the BBC Two ident that played before the trailer, and I remember it came up, and it just came up with, in a town like Twin Peaks, nothing is what it seems. And I'm 13, and I went, huh? Okay, what's going on here? And I watched the trailer, and I thought, okay, that looks interesting. That was the limit of it. It looks interesting.
Sure.
And then
you had no idea.
It premiered your mind, right?
And I watched the first episode, and I am, I'm going to be watching this.
Yeah.
And then, so I watched it, and I loved it, and it was on, if I remember right, it was on a Tuesday. I think BBC Two showed it on a Tuesday night. It was midweek, because I definitely went into school the following day and spoke to one particular friend who was also watching it. And that was the conversation that day. It was like, my God, what the hell is this? And then, so that was great. We had a little first season, and then we had a break, and then we had a big, long second season. And then, this will hit home for anybody who watched Twin Peaks week by week when it aired in the very early 90s. We had 25 fucking years.
Yeah.
It ends, no context for anybody that hasn't seen the show. It ends on one of the biggest cliffhangers in television history.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then you wait 25 years for a follow-up. Oh, that drove me mental. Very, very briefly, and this here's a little bit of sizzle just in case we ever do talk about this show. On the subject of The Return, The Return is a lot of things. It is probably David Lynch's best work.
Agreed.
It's not my favourite, but it's probably his best piece of work.
That's a very fucking serious statement.
Yeah, but I think it probably is.
That's a very serious statement.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things. It is beautiful. It is lyrical. It is terrifying at times. It is confusing.
Is it by any chance occasionally completely batshit?
Oh,
it is completely batshit.
Consistently,
just guessing.
Yeah, consistently so.
It has one line which still gives me shivers to think about.
I think I might know what it is.
What it's not is Twin Peaks.
No, it's not. It's a sequel to Fire Walk with Me, really. It's more Fire Walk with Me than Twin Peaks.
Okay, you guys need to do that podcast.
I've got a lot of thoughts on it.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Not is a follow-up to the show that I loved in the early 90s.
It's in order to even, I mean, I wouldn't use the word understand because Lynch doesn't work like that. But the Rosetta Stone to The Return is Fire Walk with Me. It is not Twin Peaks.
It is, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Sorry, that's a big.
Okay, I'm officially banging the gavel on season 5 of Sons of Anarchy because we're completely off fucking topic now.
Yeah, okay,
I'm sorry, did we have a vote? When did you take the chair? Fucking hell.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
Brilliant. Well, guys, thank you so much. This has been great.
Thank you. I mean, thank you, both of you and our audience, for your quite extraordinary patience.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. This has been great, especially like this year. This has been really lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before we go, anything
impressively,
there, guys?
what I think is possibly for my money the weakest season of the show, we've still managed to do an hour and a quarter. Sorry, 2 and a quarter.
Right. Yeah, we've done all right on it. But yeah, guys, if there's anything, do you want to throw anything out there before we go?
No.
No.
Steve doesn't.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I will put links below to Black Shuck, etc.
My thing, as always, is Black Shuck Books is my. Sorry, I'm going to do it. I shouldn't, but I'm going to do it.
Go for it.
It's my World Fantasy Award winning.
Yes, sir. Yes, it fucking is.
It absolutely is.
So yeah, blackshuckbooks.co.uk is where you can find everything that we're publishing over there. I've got a busy year lined up. I can't really talk about much of it yet because contracts and what have you, but
of course
there is a lot lined up for this year. So yeah, come by there, come buy some books.
I will put links below, by the way, guys. Highly recommended.
So from World Fantasy Award winning Black Shuck Books to British Fantasy Award nominated novella Millionaire's Day, I'll recommend that for my works just because I think it's actually probably the closest thing I've written that comes to the spirit of Sons of Anarchy. So if you like the idea of a story with a similar level of energy but in Milton Keynes, and why wouldn't you, then
if you want
check out Millionaire's Day.
Yeah, if you want to understand Millionaire's Day, guys, I will refer you to the prior conversation Kit and I had regarding the novel, where it was loads of fun, wasn't it, Kit?
Yeah.
Where
No,
we
absolutely.
Kind of like got into the fiction of it, a little bit of role play, which was great.
Yeah, no, it was really good talking about the kind of circumstances around it. So yeah, I'd recommend that for my fiction work. For non-fiction, My Life in Horrors Volume 1 and 2 are still available wherever books are sold. If you happen to be a Brian Keane fan, you listen to this. Exploring the Labyrinth Volume 1 is out now. The first 30 of Brian Keane's novels and novellas reviewed in the order that they were released. And that's a good companion piece to My Life in Horrors. It's a deep dive into a single artist, but it also contains all the stuff you'd expect from those essays from me. A lot of personal reflection in amongst the story analysis. So yeah, check that out if you want. And if you want to get hold of my work ahead of schedule and ahead of everyone else, patreon.com/kitpower. As little as $1 a month will get you something new every week. Early access to podcasts, early access to writing, and some exclusive material as well, including an exclusive Sherlock Holmes podcast that I'm recording with Jack Graham and Daniel Harper, which has just entered its second season. We're covering the second set of short stories. So yeah, check it out.
Superb. Links below to all of that, by the way, guys. As for myself, you can find me here on Exaggerated Elegy. A lot of the podcasts are coming back very soon. Hannibal Digested will be coming back shortly, as will Not the Same Log. After a brief hiatus last year, that's coming back very, very soon. I believe, Kit, you and I, we talked about picking up the Books of Blood again.
100%, yeah. I mean, I'm moving house right now, so everything's in boxes. But at the end of the month, that will be done, and I'm very much looking forward to getting back on my bullshit. And Books of Blood is very high on my fucking priority list.
That's what I get a lot of requests for.
Books
of Blood. It's the Barker thing. Honestly, people just go for the Barker thing. They love it to bits. They really. It's
a great series. I'm excited to get back to it. I really am.
Me too.
The short stories have been a revelation for me. So yeah,
it's so brilliant. I love your impressions because you're reading them for the first time. It's so cool. It's so cool. As for my published work, guys, you can find links to all of my short story collections over at strangeplaygrounds.com and also on the Evil Empire of Amazon. If you just go and type in George Daniel Lee, you'll find all of my short story collections and anthologies and things that I've contributed to. My Life in Horror, which I inherited from Kit, is ongoing over at Ginger Nuts of Horror. There's a couple coming up. Did you read the Threads one, Kit?
I didn't, because I haven't watched the goddamn thing yet. Still,
I swear, guys, I'm going to pin him down, and we're going to do Threads at some point.
We've not seen Threads, for God's sake, man.
I know, right? I could not believe it.
So honestly, I mean, not to extend this further, but there are a few works that I'm genuinely scared to watch, and Threads is one of them.
With regards to Threads, yeah.
It's down to reputation. Threads, the other one, actually, believe it or not. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh,
Never
really?
seen it.
Oh, interesting.
Too scared.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm genuinely scared of it.
Friends.
Well, I mean, in that instance, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre has got to be another one we do. It's got to be another one.
It was a glorious picture.
Yeah.
Well, no, I understand it's good. That's why I'm scared of it. It's weird. It's just a couple of I don't know. There's a few things that just your Threads. They enter my psyche, and I'm like, that looks fucking terrible.
I can understand why you wouldn't want to watch it. And Threads is one of those films where I'm like, be very aware of it. Like,
sure.
Sincerely, it's.
Yes.
Oh, please! It's a knockabout comedy.
like Sons of Anarchy is, Steve. Is that? Yeah.
It's like if the Finite was set in the North.
Kind of,
like the Finite's not grim enough.
Yeah, kind of. That's pretty much, That's why I couldn't believe you hadn't seen it. I was like, that's got to be like a key text. It's got to be a core text for Kit.
Have you seen Cannibal Holocaust?
Have I seen what?
Cannibal Holocaust.
No.
That's a pretty nasty film.
I have seen Zombie Flesh Eaters.
Beautiful film.
But I haven't seen Cannibal Holocaust, no.
Cannibal Holocaust is a beautiful film.
Is it really?
It genuinely is.
Right.
Oh God, we're doing it again. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I love how we're in the wrap up and we're still.
It's like I've got nowhere to be.
This is all good because I'm pinning these as future podcasts. I hope.
I genuinely think this. I think Cannibal Holocaust is a beautifully made film. I mean, the thing with Cannibal Holocaust is Deodato recut it to take out all of the really nasty stuff, which is the actual animal cruelty.
Yes.
So if you watch the Deodato cut that came out, it's the Shameless Blu-ray of whatever that was 10 years ago or so, has got that cut without the animal cruelty. You take that out, it's a genuinely, I mean, it's harrowing. It's a nasty subject, but it's beautiful. When I first saw it, I expected it to be grimy and shitty and just an unpleasant watch because of the quality, and it's not. It's beautifully shot, and the music is poetic.
Well, I very much look forward to hearing you and George talk about that at length at some point in the future.
Up for it.
I'm going to stop talking about stuff you haven't seen now, Kit, because we'll be here all night.
And I think that's it from me.
Seen the Thing.
So
I've seen that several times.
You've seen The Thing. Oh, well done, you.
Well,
see, I'm not a complete wimp.
You've seen one of the middle grade John Carpenter films.
I've also seen Big Trouble in Little China, and if you don't think that's high grade, we are going to have words.
One of the lower grade John Carpenter films.
Oh no, my friend!
Wow!
Oh no, my friend, you're so wrong about that.
It's no In the Mouth of Madness, though, is it?
Oh,
I mean, very little is, but
I was going to say. By the way, guys, speaking of In the Mouth of Madness, there is a Blu-ray over on Arrow Films which I feature on with.
Yes, sir.
So, it is the first 4K disc that I own, George.
Nice.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so pleased.
I mean, I jest. I like to poke the bear, as I'm sure you know by now. But I mean, the thing obviously is fantastic. I don't care for Big Trouble. That's a personal thing. I understand why a lot of people do. The thing is unimpeachable.
Yes,
In the
really
Madness is probably my favourite Carpenter film.
I love it's it's one of those films where I can watch it anytime, any day. Doesn't matter how many times I've watched it before, and I'll just love it. Love every moment.
It's great.
Wow. Well, guys, thank you so much. And next time, season 6, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, go on then. Yes, go on then if you like.
Brilliant.
Let's do it. I'm going to go start watching it right now.
I might. I am. It might
I'm going to watch the first episode before I go to bed, just to see what happens.
I might. Oh, stop it. All right. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers, everybody. Bye.